You want to get a news update, my brother, Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. If you eat Cape Grandula, my brother, Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV, Spoon Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment. Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kudileo. Tunto Spoon, to get your information. Tunto Spoon, to be part of discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
Tunto Spoon, to get your information. Tunto Spoon, to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just Tunto Spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. If you eat Cape Grandula, my brother, Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV, Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment, Spoon Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment.
Okay, good evening, wherever you are and whatever you are doing. Welcome to another very, very informative, fascinating, and analytical edition of the Spoon Talk right here on your favorite dials. We're coming to you live on Spoon 107.5 megahertz, Fabric 101.1 megahertz, and also via our various social media platforms. Fabric TV Live, Spoon TV Live, and via our YouTube channel. Our Super TV channel is down, and of course, our technicians are working out modalities to have it restored. And once it's restored, we're going to be live again on our Super TV channel. So, wherever you are getting us from this evening in Liberia, outside Liberia, we'd like to say, you are welcome. It's 10 minutes on the flip side of 8 o'clock here in Liberia. That's the initial time. So welcome to another very, very thunderstriking edition of the Spoon Talk, where national issues are going to be discussed here on this platform tonight. So don't go away as usual. It promises to be very, very, very intriguing. My name is Yekezi Zwobel. I'm sitting in here tonight as your producer. Sorry, let me change the name. Let me try to change the name here on Spoon. So let's have a wonderful time together as we are with the CEO and his team of panelists to join us to kickstart the show, to begin, the discussion of some of the trending national issues in the country. But in the meantime, between time, we will open the lines so that you Liberians can call us and, tell us some of those burning issues you have on your minds, what you have on your minds. We're going to give you the opportunity to speak your minds here tonight until the CEO and his team of panelists can join us this evening on the program. So the numbers to call us on are 0777 771 075, 0777 771 075, 0555 101075 are the numbers to put you through. But just before going to the lines, let's try to recognize some of those that are currently following us live on our social media platforms. Mercy Jenje Siyuga is watching from Thinkers Village. Thanks for following the show this evening. Mercy Vanning Kroman says, good evening, watching from 12th Street. Thanks for following the show. Serena Doki says, good afternoon. Family, you guys from Maryland, USA. Okay, Serena, thanks for following the show. T. Casilia Davis Bala is following the show also. Thanks for following. Letty Ma Thompson says, good evening. Letty, thanks for following the show. Doris Silly is following the show and is watching from River G, not River G. That comment passed so swiftly. Yeah, but thanks for following the show. Mary B. Nemini is following the show from Georgia Gulf, New Georgia Gulf. Thanks for following the show as well. And Vuyu Ban is also following the show this evening. John P. Thomas is watching from West Point. John, thanks for following the show. Philip Bala is also watching from Pennsylvania, USA. Thanks for following the show. Jackson Rees is following from the FDA community. Thanks for following the show. Yuri Eric Wiega is following the show from Louisiana. Thanks for following the show. Pascal Dante is following the show from GSA Road. Damon is following the show from the US. Burgess G.K. Lamadine is following the show. Hipco is a Cassie is following the show and says, good evening. Thanks for following. Mother's Love is also following the show. Gedju Wallace is following the show. Evington Bain, one of our regular followers, is also watching this time from Minnesota, USA. Evington, thanks for following the show. Winston Hemia Yampon, that's Yampon Senior. I hope I got your middle name right. Thanks for following the show. Siakaza is following the show as well. So, good evening to all of you. Good afternoon if you are in the US or in other parts of the world. We'd like to say welcome. This is the Spoon Talk, and my name is Yekezi Zobe, sitting in as your producer tonight. And together, let's have a wonderful time until the CEO and his team of panelists can join us to, commence discussions about trending national issues here. There are a lot of trending issues in the country that Liberians want to talk about. So let's now afford them the opportunity to call and, tell us what's on their minds. So if you're listening or watching the show and you want to call us on 0777 771 0777 I'm sorry, that's a WhatsApp line, okay? The WhatsApp line will be pinned on the screen, but the hotlines is 0777 771 1075. Those are the hotlines. And the WhatsApp number will be pinned on the screen very, 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 very shortly. I'm trying to do that right now, okay? Here comes the WhatsApp number pinned there on the screen. So if you're watching us from outside Liberia and want to contribute, you can call us on our WhatsApp number. And of course, we're going to put you on live to make a contribution here on the program. So let's go to the lines now and speak to our first caller. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
I'm Zeddy, calling from Paco Island.
ZD calling from Pacos Island. Let's hear you, Zed.
Yeah. You know what I want to say, my dissatisfaction here with the legislation is the people sitting down there, when good things plan to come in the country, they say, the people not come to me. The person not come to me when they go to them, they say, they must get them only the full thing when they must have good thing. So
what is that good thing that coming to the country that the legislature or lawmakers are requesting the president
the lawmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when anything good coming in the country, they can say that they must get their court. They must get their court before they sign the paper. They're not going in the country.
Okay. Thank you for calling, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, let's talk to another person here. Good evening, your name and where you join us from? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what on my mind is afternoon is about the appointment of President Baka.
You said what kind of appointment?
I say my problem I have with the appointment of President Baka in my TV.
Okay. What is the problem with that?
Yes, the appointment. We are not yet received confirmation from the market. My team question is enough on the confirmation. We don't know what's going on, so we want for the people to tell what's going on, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Your concern has been heard. Let's talk to this person. Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
I called from Germany.
You call from where?
Germany.
And your name, sir?
My name is Prince Willie and I call from Germany.
Okay, let's hear you. What's on your mind?
Hey, I just want to talk about the...
Please go ahead. Are you there? Okay, all right. So please, if you're in Liberia, please don't call us on the number on the screen. I wouldn't take your calls. If you are in Liberia, please don't call on the WhatsApp line because I wouldn't take your call. All right? Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Yeah, so there's this constant interruption with the WhatsApp line.
Hello?
Folks from Liberia are calling on the WhatsApp line. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I was just on the yellow machine and those equipment the president or whoever they are negotiating for. I just want to ask the conscience of Liberians how I wish all those mining companies in Liberia, even down to Firestone, would have given Liberia 285 yellow machines for our roads connectivities before Liberian government or the Senate or whoever would have signed an agreement with them. Or maybe Metal Steel or whoever. All those mining companies, they said they went to agreement where they all discussed, they went through BBCC, whatever group or MCC, all those groups, before giving them concessions agreement. How I wish those people would have given them 285 machines, moving equipment for our road connectivities. But today I see people bashing at the executive, how they should have gone to the executive. All these things that people been signing, nothing they have done for us.
All right.
So
Thank you.
I wish those machines would have entered the country and then let the senators just tell the president, we don't want them, let them go back. But sadly, that is Liberia.
Thank you very much for your contribution. All right, so the WhatsApp line is pinned there on the screen. You can call us. We only take calls outside Liberia on the WhatsApp line. If you're in Liberia, please call us on our hotlines in studio here: 0777 1075 0555 101075. The numbers to put you through. Let's talk to this person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
My name is Eric B. Boxing. I'm from Bonafide.
Eric, let's hear you.
Yeah, what is on my mind is the issue of the yellow machine.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think this country has suffered for so long when it comes to road. The lawmakers, there are so many laws that in the country that have been implemented. Why is it that people in need of machines, they are very in need of the machine, and lawmakers are raising the red flag, the issue about we should go through the ring and fire, There are certain things that you need. You don't need to go through the ring and fire. Like people need a machine. So we need a machine. Let's forget about all the kind of bureaucracies.
So the bringing of the machine, we shouldn't take into consideration all of the legal procedure. The government should ignore all of the legal procedures and then just bring in the machines. That's what you're saying.
There are so many things that are happening in the country. There is no legal procedure.
Okay.
The need of the people. That's the first priority of every government official.
So we should keep doing the wrong things. Yes, I do agree with you. There are
wrong thing.
Okay.
It's not about doing the wrong thing. It's about giving the needs of the people. All of them will say, "Oh, the machine is good. Oh, we want to do this. The machine is good. We want to do this." What? Some of the things you go out and do the right thing.
So the question is, what's wrong with passing through all of the proper procedure before bringing in the machines? What's wrong with that?
Passing all the procedure can delay. We now want delay in that machine. See, this city is here now. Car is in the mud. We need a machine to fix the roads.
Okay.
We need a machine.
Okay. Thank you very much. But I don't think delay should be the reason why we should ignore legal procedures. I don't think so. As a matter of fact, it is the same government that is carrying out those procedures. So there's a way that they can fast track it, but the legal procedures need to be followed. I think so. But let's go back to the lines. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Good evening, Yabuzi.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yes, my name is D-War.
D-War.
Yes, really we need a machine. But
Okay.
the government should go through the procedure because tomorrow we don't want no trouble. It is good for us to have a machine. Yeah, we want to fix our road, but we should go through the proper channel. The next thing I want to talk about the drivers. Therefore, yesterday I went to town. It surprised me that 4 persons sitting at the back. When I the taxi, I
5
never knew
persons
that
sitting at the back.
at the back. Yes. 4.
Wow. 4. Okay. 4.
I never knew there were 4.
All right.
So I sat in the taxi. I couldn't, relax myself, but the taxi was moving. So I told her, I told your dress. Then the woman said, but my own dress was further. We saw you here now as you are speaking. All that time I was talking to the guy, when he was speaking or he even let me that he was just going. So I'm telling Gregory, let him try to tell his police to do their work.
Okay.
When you tell the song is hot, then when you get in the taxi, it works. The next thing I want to talk about, the refugees that came from Ghana. I was in Ghana too. I was there when my daughter delivered. She had twins. Now, they are in high school. They'll be going to 12th grade next year. I remember that day when I was coming, the people came and told us, Madam, we have it shape, we have it. Which one you prefer? I said, I'll go with shape because I was bringing my kids. I rode the ship. So today, they're bringing them back home. Where war? Drug addicts, because I listen to radio. It picks me up. All right, we're having so many of them here, roaming the streets, checking our bags. Then they're going to bring another one. So I'm appealing to the government. My Mr. President, Joe Baker, to try and find places for these children to be. And then Sano, Great Guinea, find places, let them be there, make our little rest farm.
Oh, okay.
Find something like a trade center for them to learn trade.
Thank you.
Coming back in this town, they are here.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It's
Thank
been
you,
a
my
pleasure
son.
of D-War. Thanks for calling. All right, let's talk to this other person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
For you, sir. This is Mr. Morris Toure calling from 4th Street.
Mr. Toure, let's hear you.
Thank you. My attention has been drawn to this yellow machine. But I'm confused when it comes to the government, 3 branches. It is the right that government or executive should rob it and come to legislature, or meet the legislature before going to rob it. I really want to understand from that part.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, I'm calling on the podcast, calling from Oro, the number 10.
Okay, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah, my question has to do with the drug business in the country.
The drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want this is my suggestion to the government to at least empower the people in the community to be able to really know who's selling their drugs. So if you empower the community, you'll be able to catch up and muzzle large drugs in this country.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello? Hello? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, come on.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank God for invitation.
Okay.
Thank you to my small family. Thank you to Mr. Spoon. I got 2 funny issues, Diamond.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead.
thank you. But they could do all of zero. They country for every labyrinth, Diamond. You know what can before you for here before me, the people of Paco. Take your car in power for second, yeah. Opportunity call and use the opportunity. The chap is say you were plenty. So today, our president said, you give me, say, yeah, me, the country, let me clean the mess. The opposition, we're talking about greater. What country they come from? How we are from Rosa, and I could go Rosa tomorrow. It's an opportunity for my father, for my sister. Go to the CDC and say, cop. You not better control the government. There's a government, they're not incompetent government, it's a government. You don't get to say to the president, who don't fire, who do not fire. What Calasone was here, coaching was here, all of mandate, and Senate, they all question and one day,
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person here on this WhatsApp line. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello, are you there? Let's hear you. Let's hear you, please.
Hello?
Hello, let's hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good. My name is Dolly Asana, and I'm calling you from Italy. My concern has to do with one of the panelists, right? In Fatuma Bintu Salif. Ma, you need to calm down.
Okay, that was all. Okay. So that's it. So I said, once you're in Liberia, don't call on the WhatsApp line, please. Call on the hotlines in studio, please. Okay, so let's see whether we can talk to this person. Hello.
Hello,
Your name and where you join us from?
my name is Robert. I call from the SC.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you so kindly. Look, people may say what they have to say.
Hmm.
If we would appreciate people from the opposition other than the CDC, let's be in this country. CDC were in opposition 12 years, 12 unbroken years. The Liberian people entrusted them with 6 up to 12 years. And they took power for them and gave it back to the Unity Party. What do you think they are saying to you? But let them, it is their right, they can speak. As much as it is our right to counter them, the Liberian people will make a decision. So it's too early for yes, there are some issues that we all try to flex. And the CDC cannot be a serious opposition for anybody to listen to for the sake of transforming this country.
Thank you. Let's hear another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Good evening.
This is Yekezi. Let's hear you.
My name is Boris Bumpo.
Go ahead.
I call you from Kingsburg District number 1.
Yeah, please go ahead.
You know, we are not against the acquisition of yellow machine.
You know against what?
We are not against the process of getting the yellow machine in that area.
Okay.
But the procedure is what we against. Women GNB 2017 is campaign from road today, road tomorrow, road tomorrow. So I don't want us to criticize the yellow machine issue. Every procedure that needs the Liberian to know this is how we need to get equipment to start building our road. I think the information minister should be the one to give those information to the Liberian people, not just because you are just one person with the president and you just give. We cannot have every person speaking for the president, every person speaking to the government, because we opposed this during the previous government. When we received this after the government for the 7-year experience of government, in good governance is.
Thank you. Your line is kind of breaking up, but thanks for your contribution. So let's hear you. Your name and where you join us from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Melvin. Is joining from Paco Ada in Congo Town.
Melvin, go ahead.
Yeah, what's on my mind? The roundabout at ELWA Junction.
Okay, the roundabout.
Yeah, the roundabout that is being constructed at ELWA Junction.
Okay,
that's a beautiful project. It will give our nation a facelift. But one thing I have understand is that the stores around there, they have inclusion the sidewalls. They have built their fences and take the entire sidewalk. So because of that, for cars to even park over there, make it difficult. They are compared to park on the road. Even if you go maybe buying from another store, they want to park inside of their field. Once you are not buying from them, they will stop you not to park there, which is wrong. That area is a sidewalk. Pedestrians, you have chance to move freely. So I think the government need to look at it. I don't know who they're leasing those property for, but they need to understand that there's a sidewalk over there. A pedestrian should be able to move freely. That's my concern. Thank you.
Thanks for that concern. So, folks, you are listening to the Spoon Talk right here on Spoon 107.5 FM, Spoon TV Live. We're also coming to you via Fabric 101.1 FM and Fabric TV Live as well. We're coming to you via our YouTube channel. We're not on Super TV this evening because of some technical problem that is being worked out by our technicians. Once they are done with that, of course, we will be back live on Super, but you can catch us on our other platforms: Spoon TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Spoon FM 107.5, Fabric 101.1 megahertz, and of course, you're going to get us live. And we are awaiting the CEO and his team of panelists to join us today. They will be discussing, a host of national trending issues, to be providing their own analysis and give you some breaking news that you need to know. But as we are with them, we are soliciting your opinions about some of the trending issues happening in the country and what's also on your mind. What are those burning issues that are on your minds that you want to share with the public? And that is important because probably some of the relevant authorities, may be listening, and they may just tend down some of the things that you say to work on them. So we go back to the lines. The WhatsApp number is pinned there on the screen, and it's only for those outside the country. If you are in Liberia, you can call us on 0777 77 1075, 0777 77 1075, 0555 101075. Call and have your say. Let's go back to the hotlines. Good evening, your name, where you join us from?
Good evening.
Good evening, let's hear you.
Emmanuel Wu, calling from Bannerville. You get me?
Anwar, go ahead.
Okay. Slow but sure. I don't really want to say Honorable Boakai or President Boakai, but I will say Papa Boakai. I don't want him listening to foolishness. Sorry for the expression. Let me just keep quiet. Let our machines come. Let me see who would say the process or whatever. 3 months to elections last year. 65 million was distributed among lawmakers. 65 million. Then they're talking about 40 million, 30 million. Better, we need it. We need it. Whether no, that grant, we will pay when we need it.
Okay.
Listen to that. Okay. Then they keep talking. Yes, we'll handle lawmakers later. We'll talk to them later when the machines are back. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this other person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Hello, I'm Children Russell calling from Amsterdam.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, my concern has to do with the yellow machine. Liberians are having issue with the president or the executive breaking the yellow machine in the country.
Okay.
For me, I see no reason for people complaining because, number one, if these machines are here, it will be at the benefit of the Liberian people. But
so
if you say you are passing through all the channels, CPCC, you pass through GC, at the end of the day, we should have this at the back of our mind, that this government is strangulated. Now, you have a certain government whose speaker is a civilian, the deputy speaker, civilian, the Ways and Means chair, civilian, all the hierarchy in the lower house, CVC. So what do you think? Those people will sit in a house and laugh or put in the account on the government so that the glory can go to this government. They always try to undermine this government.
Thank you.
In the sense that those people are getting prepared to come back in power.
Thank you very much. So it's true that the speaker is a sedition, but I think to be fair to him, he's been one of those supportive of the rescue missions agenda. Most of the instruments that have been sent in the house there, he's been supportive of them. When it comes to the budget, it comes to the passage of the resolution for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court. He was one of those spearheading that process. He was supportive of it. So, I mean, why is true he's a sedition, but he's been supportive of a lot of the United Party's instruments that have, been placed on the floor there at the legislature. But let's talk to this person on the WhatsApp line. Good evening, your name and where you join us from. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, I have to go before, I had a call coming in. Yeah, like I said before, my name is Dolly Hassan, and I'm calling from Italy.
Okay.
Like I said, my concern have to do with Fatima Bindu Sali, one of the panelists, right? The way she addressed the people.
Okay.
From the opposition, particularly from the CDC side. Yesterday, I don't know, last night, right? The way she was addressing the Senator Nathaniel Fano McGay, discuss the issue and forget about the people problems.
Okay.
I mean, if you go like that, people will come after you. And yesterday, the show was backing up away with it. And I'm appealing to the CEO, let's say the former CEO, Standard, really. He need to talk to Fatima.
Thank you.
The way she behaved on the show really is not good. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Okay, let's talk to this person from the local line. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Hello, I'm Linky, calling from Matadi.
Okay, let's hear you from Matadi.
Yeah. You see, my problem with this whole Liberian people. Liberian people are the cause of their own problem. We are the cause of our own problem. We talk, we don't implement. Government is not our problem. Our problem is ourselves. You get your chest here, there's supposed to be 3 persons that are 4. You get to ESW Junction, that round about there, people turn around there and they are not doing anything. You talk, they insult you, like they are the cause of their own problem. Then they please leave my person alone. Making me.
Oh, they want your president alone.
Yeah.
Okay. But your president, everybody president, I have one president. And he's serving everybody. So when he does it, when he does the wrong thing, of course, you have to talk to him. All right. So I've been joined by CEO worker.
Thank you very much. Yagazi, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Ma.
You still struggling with man.
No, but what you say I should say? You say I should say ma.
Kuma. How are you? Kuma.
Kuma. I mean, listen. I don't even know how to speak the crew good at manner of speak. Kuma, though. How you doing today?
I'm okay.
How's work?
Work is good.
Thank God for that. Thank God. I appreciate you a lot. Nelson, you and the rest of the team. You guys doing wonderful. Listen, we're going to have the LDEA director, Colonel A.B. Kraman. He will be our first guest. I came on early. Let's welcome everybody. I heard that AB is elevating LDEA in Senegal. Right now, he's in Senegal. I want to know what's going on. And also, the vice president is in Sierra Leone, Yekezi, right? And also, CDC had a press conference, but they get one of the worst. I don't know. Thank God the man is an acting chairman, man. He ain't got no fire in his belly. Yekezi, did you follow it? Call Choko. Choko was there.
Yeah, Choko was there. I think I read a
you got
write-up.
You can see downloads on the clip. Let it call it. The man ain't got no fire in his belly, you can see. He ain't got nothing. The man talking, you can see, you will go against Mo Ali with Jangako. You will go against Steven Johnson. The man ain't got no fire in his belly. Listen, I see your eye moving. Who's in there?
No, nobody's in here. I'm just trying to download those clips you talk about.
Yeah, because seriously, if that's the best that CDC got, bring Jangako as your chairman. Or you gotta go back and beg and go and beg Nova Balu. Or maybe you want me usually Nangwe your chairman. If that's your best, right? If Jangako is your best, then forget about it. We want our for every day. Jangako doing how they can do the chanting Anuta. How you say that? Amanda. They never even know how to do the Amanda right. They're picking out there. The people say Amanda. I wait to Amanda. The Jangako say Amanda. I wait to. Come on, man. Come on. No. If that's the best chairman CDC guy, they shouldn't come back. We will beat them in the dark. You put Jangako against Mo Ali, Jangako is dead. Put him against John Lobo, he's dead. Put him against Steven Johnson, he's dead. Jangako is not a chairman for any party. He cannot be. Never, ever. I waited for Asa and Sam Jones and Sam Jackson. How can you make your whole... Listen. I don't even like Jefferson Koji, right? Politically, I don't like Jefferson Koji. But I think Jefferson Koji did a better job today than Jangako. Oh, yeah.
In terms of what I see, in terms of being forceful.
In terms of the body, of the fire from the belly. You know, don't Jefferson Koji talk about me. Listen, let me say this, Tano Jala. I don't see this not coming back, but let's have fun, okay? If that's the best CDC guy, Jangako, who is on an LCC investigation, maybe that's why he's not talking, though. What do you think, Yegazi?
Pardon?
Maybe that's why he's not talking, because he's on an LCC investigation.
Jangako?
Yeah, Jangako, for the FIA money issue that Stanley Fogg got involved with.
The man just give him an address in press conference. I see you. You saying he's not talking?
But I talk with somebody that will talk in the ground shake. That thing that the man get hold. Let me tell you something, right? No. Listen, PK. The man went with computer at this, right? How can a chairman? I don't need computer to talk for Joseph Boaka. Mo Ali don't need computer to talk about Unity Party. Maybe if you bring Amin Boda, you will get something, but he doesn't need computer. Robin Luther Tappe, chairman for Unity Party, no computer. Then you go bring Jangako, the man for a big computer in front of him. Then he said, they're picking high hand up. One of the leaders that can chant. He said, Amata, I went to. Then Jangako, okay, Amata, I went to. I turned the whole thing off. I called Choco, you couldn't answer. I said, Choco, you gotta leave for that. That's it, I jumped into it. No fire. No one fire. But first, we want to welcome Locke Stewart. Let's welcome you, Locke. Emmanuel Gissé. Sherry Snare. I want to welcome Rebecca Patrick. Rebecca said she's following from Patrick Factory. Kwaku Peleman. Vivian Eastman. Tenji Sissy. Sally Kamara. Sally, wait, long time, Sally, how you been? Sekou Tolota Mohammed Sharif. Mose Cody. Matthew Bozy. Standard Digbo Lancor. I want to welcome every one of you. Now, listen, you are on Facebook, share the show. I don't need to tell you, right? I don't need to tell you to share the show. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Hey, Adiaki, put it back on. Put it back on. I don't know you, Yakezi. I want you to fast forward when the man came and say, Amata, I went to. I want everybody to listen. Theophilus Kwe, listen to him, right? Clarence best man. Okay, so listen, who's this guy?
That was Alvin Wisse.
No, put Alvin Wisse back. Let us take our own time. Just give me.
Down, to promote it down. Down, the police brutality down. Down, the police brutality down.
So stop right there. Pause it. You see Alvin Wisse, right? So what you want to say? You see the force that you went with. Amanda, I went to. Right? Take it back. I want people to see something. I know I came Yeah, take it back a little bit. Hey man, don't bring Mama C in here. Take it back a little bit. Oh, well, we know that Jefferson coaching thing. He can do it all the time. Don't bring it in. Take him from there. Let's go back to Alvin Wissa.
Go back to Alvin Wissa?
No, take it back small. Let's listen to the chairman now. Let's listen to it. Then you say, Amanda, take it back small.
Okay.
Yeah, leave it there. Leave it there. You see the back computer, right? The man who big computer. Okay, pause it. Hold on 1 minute. Pause it. You see the people that leading this thing? This thing is battle cry. It comes from the belly. Okay? You don't go there hungry. Even when you're hungry, you pretend. All right? Listen. And I want people to pay attention. Listen, Ruth Kwade, if you don't share the show, it means that you're not watching us today. Everybody got to share the show today. We are talking about Jenga Code, the acting chairman. I want you guys to listen in, right? We know CDC not coming back, but let's just talk about them for a little bit. We're going to have A.B. Kroman, the LDEA director, Conan Kroman. He will be our guest, the first guest. He's setting up. But listen to the guy that's singing the song. Ayamaya. You see the strength?
Yeah.
You see why he put it in there? Take your time. Play it a little bit. Just play a little more. Let's enjoy it. Pause it. You see the beginning that clapping, right? You see that? They get it in zero.
Yeah.
They're ready for battle. You see, they are doing that which they need to do. Take us to acting chairman Jenga Code. Let's hear him. Pause it right there. Pause it right there. You see the long call. No. He said, long live, unity party, long live. I'm not going to say CDC long live. I'm not going to say CDC long live. He said, long live. Joseph Boyka, long live. They said, long live. Then he said, yo. No. He taking it from the belly. We need somebody standing there as chairman or acting chairman to have similar strength or even more. Play. Let the people see something. You're in the battle crowd. What pass it? Don't pass it back. Stop. You can stop. Pause. Everybody just heard what I just said. Look at the chairman. Look at him call it a battle call or battle cry. Listen, I will say this. I would beg CDC to keep this guy as chairman, not acting. I beg CDC. You can see.
Yeah.
I know that every criminal is coming on, but I beg CDC to keep Jangako as chairman. We'll destroy Jangako in less than a second. I don't need to even talk. More I will kind of feeling Jangako. No, seriously. This guy cannot be a chairman for a political party. He does not have the zigo in him, the jumbo. No. He doesn't. He cannot be a chairman.
It looks very serious, though. Very
exactly.
Serious.
No connection. Look at the eye movement. Hey man. My man, tell Joe we had to send a man by the finance ministry. Let you go eat FIU money.
Maybe the man better way you know the party, running the country.
No, you drinking your water, I beg you don't get choked. I just say my own. The people that say spoon go cover, hey, we gotta say what we see. When you take your break, you got nothing to do. You watch anything on social media. The people that standing around, they got zeal. The movie, yo, Amanda, wait you. I wait to Amanda. Long live. Unity Party, long live. Long live. Joseph Yema Baka, long live. But the man say that, man say, yo, like the small train and play now for yo. Man, I beg you, y'all. Man, I beg you, let every kind of show that house show, man. Listen, moving forward, no lesson. No lessonness. No one will play listen. Listen, I don't want you guys to choke, man. Let me leave the guy alone, right? Because you say you party and you won't come back. Look at your starting. You party, you won't come back. We are going to bring Jangako from Father Ministry. Can't be active because mobile model go. I think the best person said will help you, maybe like Eugene Lane Nagbe. Fire for fire. That's how they call him. I'm not suggesting who you're going to bring, but I think the best person that will help you will be Eugene Lane Nagbe. Though we can beat Eugene, like we did before, play Eugene video, because that's what we start from. We start with Eugene video that he said no unity party will work in your government. That's what we beat him for. I mean, this is common logic. There will be no way you put Jangako in for anybody. You can see. They were being, you know what? They were being like market dog. This is not Jangako area. Everybody get an area. That's my hero. This is not Jangako area. And Jangako know that very well. This is not his era. Joey just put it in a Bible. Joey put Jangako here for me to beat on Jangako. That's what I heard. That's what Asedo told me. Asedo told me, Joey put Jangako for me to beat on Jangako. But go back again. Let me put listen to a while we're waiting for AB coming to talk about his trip in Senegal. Go back again, I beg you. Just take a small but let's listen to him.
Okay.
Amanda, where do? Amanda, where do? Amanda.
Oh. Wait. Pause it, you can see. The man forgot, he know what to say. The man said 2 times he forgot. No. I'm at Naomi Kepa. I'm at the only one just watching this thing. Marco Sally. No. George, I'm the only one just watching this. Can you play again, please?
Amanda, where do? Amanda, where do? Amanda.
That's it. Pause it. But that's it all. That all CDC guy? Uncle Sam, is this your CDC chairman? You better go bring Mobile Maluba. Uncle Sam, is this what you guys have?
My man, and I ain't the poor party a part of
No. Uncle Sam, you supported how you call him, John Manaware.
Yeah, but that was for one
So
election.
by extension, you're in the party.
No, that one election cycle.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. By extension, you're in the party.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, the message Amanda, I went to. Let's when I lay guy calling for help. Amanda, I went to Amanda. That Alvin Wisa got a plug in the man ear before you shake. Yeah, I agree with you. The chairman is hungry. You know what? Let me say this. I'm done with the chairman. Bring us back on Yekezi. Put the chairman in the back. The acting chairman. I think this would be, we say, easy beating. With PCDC every day. If you make Jangako your chairman, at least bring Eugene Lee Nangbe. That crew man with funny, right? Or call Mama Modu to come by. I can give it to Jefferson Koji though he must second see eye to eye, but I can give it to him. He got command of the youth. But Jangako, no man, no, there's no fire in him, and that's why I'm saying. And listen. I asked my auntie, if Janga could do another press conference, you would send the people. She said, yeah, I will send it all over. CDCO, United Party, ANC, the Liberty Party, half of Berete, Liberty Party, half of Delon. And then party, she was saying that. But I'm disappointed with joy, Uncle Sam, that Janga can be acting. All I need to do, Janga Huh?
Are you disappointed with joy?
I'm disappointed with joy. Yeah. Because Jagako as an acting, all I need to do just call Steven Johnson. And when they can beat on Sam Jackson, they'll finish Jagako. They'll finish Jagako. I mean, it's up to sedition. But welcome to the show. We're having the LDEA director coming on, A.B. Colonel Kuman. He's in Senegal, Dakar. He's there to elevate the work and get new instruction and good things for the Labrador LDEA. So we're going to give him a few minutes. He will talk about it. Then for that, we move to the national issue, Uncle Sam. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing very, very good. I visited my sister this afternoon. Spent a good afternoon.
You swallow fufu again?
Huh?
You swallow some more fufu?
No. She left the fufu here on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to go see her husband and the family because I'm leaving next week to go to Liberia. So I had to say my goodbye to them because I won't be able to, because we are like about 30 to 40 miles away from where I live. So I just want to say, hug my sister, give her a goodbye kiss, and on my way now to my patrimony, the country I love so much. Yes. Yeah. But Yekesi, how are you, sir? How's Monrovia? How's the rain doing? How's the weather?
I'm okay, and Monrovia is good. We have some downpour of rain early this morning.
Okay.
But it wasn't that heavy.
Yeah.
The rest of the day was sunny.
Yeah. So how's the no-go zone doing now with the helmet and all that kind of stuff? Doing pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty good. It's doing pretty good. Checkpoints are erected at major areas, and you barely see motorcyclists who are not following the measures on the principal streets. So the police doing pretty well.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, so Buster, Gregor Coleman is doing very well. We'd like to give a shout out to him. We have to tell him thank you for a great job. Yeah.
It's not easy though, but I think he's trying. It's not easy. I think Greg is trying. I think it's our time to grade some of these ministers and directors and commissioners. Some of them are performing well, but you still have some that try to bring the ODs, and we have to chastise them. But above all, Uncle Sam, I can say to you that I think we're getting there. As a people, as a nation, we're getting there.
Development is a process, and especially Liberia is a very difficult country to run because people are not used to following laws. We don't have institutions. We are a very close-knit country. We forgive everything anybody does, and so we need some degree of creation of strong institutions, strong leadership, and to lead by good examples. So far, if I were to rate how things are going, I'll give them 50-50. You know, they're doing well in some areas, but there's a lot of missteps. You know, still the asset recovery is still outstanding. The 285 machines still outstanding. The budget hasn't been passed yet. President Walker hasn't published his assets. And then of course the issue with the road building with my very good friend Roland Giddings. You know, we haven't gotten a good explanation from them. You know, but Liberia is a very challenging country, Stanton. I mean, with 21 years.
I was saying, let me not interrupt you. Say you are saying, let's have fun. Hang with us here, Kazi. Uncle Sam, I think it shouldn't be challenging, Uncle Sam. You should have goodwill people, folks that love the country. And that's why I find I will place President Bwaka. You know, President Bwaka got nothing to lose, though. 79 years, so he's going to be 80 this year. What is he fighting for? So if you sit with him, let me finish. I beg you, let me make this point, Uncle Sam. If you sit with the president and gave him a bowl of rice, he take 1, 2, 3 spoons, that's it. You put donut in front of him, he take one, he eat it, that's it. I know President Bwaka, we went to Walmart to get him a slipper for $12.99. He didn't ask for the Louis Vuitton slipper. He didn't ask for the Gucci slipper. So I think he want to fight for Liberia, but he having some obstacles. Some people he have entrusted ministries to, and we can only help him to expose those folks. And that's what made, and I will say this, it will be hard for CDC to come back. They will try. Who said they won't try? Look at what I was just talking about. They're having a dead acting chairman right now. The man that is on a massive investigation, allegation of money laundering and fraud by and through the FIU or FIA. It's an easy win for Joseph Bwaka. The misstep on the rest issue, you want us to talk about it, fine. But we do agree that if we will get there, we will fix it. Joseph Bwaka has set up a committee to tackle this rest. One man, Ambassador Mano, to tackle this rest issue. He's the chairman. Let's just go into it, Uncle Sam.
Yeah. Well, you
know, you talk about asset recovery, that's fine. The made a mistake, they got to get up and brush up, or else Joseph Bwaka will replace all of them. He will change them. He will change Edwin Clemente. He will bring new folks that will do the work because the Liberian people need to recover their assets. I didn't work today. The past 2 days, I've been babysitting my grandchild, you know, and we're trying to find a new daycare for him because the old daycare, he's a genius. You know, I don't like that daycare. So I'm trying to find a better daycare. And the issue is that Uncle Sam, and I was thinking about Liberia and the leadership of President Bwaka. And you come to understand, you ask yourself as Liberian, what Omen Bwaka get to lose? What he looking for that he didn't get for 40 or 50 years? I've been there, the man chastises his own children. It's an easy beating. Any day, we beat on CDC. Any day, any second. You and your president cannot come back, Uncle Sam. You know that, Uncle Sam. You know, Joe, we have messed up. So, you know he can't come back. So let me give you a chance to talk. Go ahead.
So Stanton, I've known President Bwaka for most of my life. One of his greatest assets.
That's a credible board, so I understand.
Well, you're not my crowd boy. He got me about 9 to 10 years. Okay.
But crowd boy will fall within 10 years range. I would say you know that.
He's a very decent man. Oh my God. His character impeccable. He's a family man. He's a church man. And he's been involved in things like the YMCA. But look at his personality, right? His softness, his demeanor. Huh? that exterior calm demeanor there may be an obstacle for projecting the kind of strength one needs to run a difficult country like Liberia, where you need to do some paratroop enforcement. Yeah? That's what the problem is. So what President Boga needs is to have an inner circle of no-nonsense people that will send the signal out based upon the electoral results, no business as usual. Unfortunately, his inner circle, like every government, right? They have a lot of circles, but there's that one circle in the middle there where you got your key people. If your key people are not conforming and they're not sending out clear signals that they are transparent, you still got the issue with the 5 vehicles. It's still unsolved yet. You still got the issue with the, I think, for the $200.
Yeah, but can you do it one at a time, though? Because we got to dive into it now.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I said, let's discuss the issue, John Weir, and I think it's premature. But then welcome our Hussein Yuja Fadiga. Fadiga, welcome to the show, my brother.
Congratulations, sir, on your appointment.
Appointment?
I'm out here to the grapevine about.
Yeah, not you. Are you yesterday?
So let me say this before we come to his appointment. Uncle Sam, I will say this to all Liberians. Joseph Boakai is not in this for glory.
Or for money.
Or in all.
Yeah.
He's not in this for glory. I can tell you, Kasawa Lee, in front of Joseph Boakai, everybody sitting there right eating it. That's the person you know. Yeah, he have some people that are around him that try to play tabata. They should be removed. Yeah, he have folks there that have made mistake. He gave them another chance. At the appointed time, they will be replaced. Nobody is too big to stand in front of Joseph Boakai in country called Liberia. He will take country first. That's for all his life. When I met him in Birmingham, 2017, when we went to break ground on RIA Highway, we're in Birmingham. And he talked about things Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. He meant it, Uncle Sam. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he will not make a mistake. I'm not saying he didn't get his own stuff, no. But when it comes to Liberia, I think he means well for Liberia and Liberians.
Oh, there is no doubt that President Boakai is a patriot. There's no doubt that President Boakai wants the best for Liberia. And there's no doubt that his vision may be somehow limited, but that is the reason why you put together a solid team of experts who will translate that vision into practical things. What are some of the things that he needs to accomplish? Let's just face it. Transparency. Because with transparency, that would consolidate the political capital, because he ran on the whole thing about him being transparent.
I agree with you.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah, he ran on that. So everything they do has to be above reproach. So then the 285 machines, the way they handle it, and the narrative around it makes them.
So let me say this right quick before we break Fadiga. The 285 minutes, I spoke to some people out there, and they know that they made a mistake. Okay? The government made a mistake, but it will be okay. Seriously. They will fix it.
Yeah, but here is a problem, right? Okay. So
but before Fadiga, I want Fadiga to come in.
Yeah, but I want to handle that big, Papa. If somebody makes that kind of mistake, there has to be some repercussion, right? Because now the machines are on the ship. Okay, the documents accompany there, like the bills of lading, the packing list.
Did you observe stuff?
No,
so you believe that machine on the ship?
I know it's on the ship because Mama Cox said it, and we got a video. She said it. The machines are on the ship. That's what she said.
Uncle Sam, let me say this to you. You think that Joseph Walker will be engaged in clandestine art.
No, but so Mamaka spoke. We put.
What you want President Walker to do? What you want President Walker to do to Mamaka?
Huh?
What do you want President Walker to do?
I would suspend her for 30 days.
Okay, Mamaka just came back to make the correction through the information minister. Nothing is in progress.
But it's not a correction.
But they're saying you should wait.
It's a lie.
So you say Jeremy Pierre lied? Jeremy Pierre lied?
No, Jeremy Pierre didn't lie. Jeremy Pierre is the fixer. Jeremy Pierre came to fix a messy situation. Because Satan, when the video came out,
I mean, you call me Satan. I'm Stanton, not Satan.
No, Stanton. I'm Stanton. When the video came out, all the men, the Mo Ali, the Stevie Johnson, everybody, all their thing, the machine coming. Then the questions started to come. Then they realized that they made a mistake. Right?
I agree with you.
So Jeremy Pierre is the guy who came to fix it for them.
What was that?
Okay.
What was that? You know me. I don't go back.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're 5 months into this government. We will fight that to do the right thing. And if it is done illegally, President Walker will step in. Let's just give them a chance. Let's go to our hosting, UJ. Fadiga, I know you want to talk, man. Are you from Buchanan, though? You from Buchanan, right, Fadiga?
Born and raised in
I want us to, when you finish on this one.
High school and everything in Buchanan for life.
When you finish on this one, I want us to talk about Buchanan a little bit, my man. Buchanan is bleeding. Buchanan is calling for help. But let's talk. I want you to do your intro real quick while we wait for AB.
A lot of things have been going on, Stanton. Uncle Sam, you gotta leave this 200. Look, anybody that stay in the way of this machine will be crushed. Look, one thing, I listened to all the different chatter around. One thing, nobody has said that it was a bad idea. It's just that somebody outsmarted past administration to doing something that will be beneficial to the Liberian people. What kind of country every year we spend money on different road and public work cannot have their own machine? Imagine, look.
No, you know what? That you can create problem, and I will interrupt you. Nobody said the machine is bad. That's not what Uncle Sam said.
No,
Uncle Sam said the process in which. No, I will not say to you do that.
Why?
Uncle Sam said the process in which it is done. So we gotta go ahead and tell Uncle Sam, say, give it a chance. It will be done correctly. But you cannot come and say, if Uncle Sam say it the way, you will crush it. Why would you say you will crush Uncle Sam?
Even if Jesus or Muhammad or whoever were on that thing, they will still complain. If that was process, how many bad deals, with all the process we went through, look at the concession. How many good concessions we are in that country? How many good concessions? All this concession going through all the different loopholes, it come by, it's still bad for the country. You know, it doesn't matter. It's that. So let us not talk. I'm not going to say. I'm totally against people not following the process.
But that's what we're talking about.
Let us not make this.
Your own living room chop your two hands. You have no hands no more.
No, I got hands.
We can see your hand because one of your hair we see. No, seriously. One of your hair we see.
I'm a handicap. I'm homeless.
I know. That's why you get a job.
I'm a handicap now.
That's why you get a job. You're handicapped.
Thank you. Uncle said, you guys
that's how you get a job.
Oh, we know the trick. The thing here is this legacy president have outsmarted all his predecessors. He's doing something that no other president have ventured into. It's just a common sense approach. Every year in year out, grading road government by their own machine with the road problem solved. It even helped the rest problem. This how they call it, Burkina Faso, the 6-year-old president. just brought in 400.
But let's move for them, remember. Fatiga, you don't even know how to defend anything, but let's move for them, remember.
There is
We are
no
talking about the
way.
process here.
No,
So,
there is
let's start
no
our
way
show back.
in hell that this government will bring something, commit Liberia to millions of dollars with all the legislature approval. Look at it on the Igbo map. The legislature rectify a bogus loan.
All right.
We have
So
to fly
Fatiga,
home.
Fatiga was saying that your boss AB,
They do not do due diligence.
your boss AB is settling in. He's coming on the show.
Who boss?
No, not your boss, right?
Maybe not my boss. I'm a private citizen.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought you were the other Fatiga. I didn't know it was you.
I don't put me. I told you I'm putting my money on DAT. If y'all want to your D, I mean, yeah, but I wish I don't
Uncle
have
Sam.
much to say about DA.
I want to say, Uncle Sam, it is very important. I would like to go back to, we can announce that Sekou Duple, the National Port Authority director, will be our guest on one-on-one with the CEO. He will be our guest. He will be in studio from 7:30 Liberian time to whenever. And we also going to say from 3:30 Eastern USA time, we're going to be talking to Sekou, the National Port Authority Managing Director. It is important that you follow. Uncle Sam, let's take it bit by bit because AB is getting settling in. Let's talk about the next thing you're talking about. When what's on your mind, what's happening. Let's leave this 285 yellow machine now, okay? Because we know how that story ends.
Okay.
They may not change the background from living room to the moon. Yeah, Facebook can do something. Why you can come in with your real background, Fadiga?
That man, a tricky man, a tricky bastard man.
Why you can't come in with your real background, Fadiga? We're not hearing you. We are not hearing you, Fadiga.
You yet?
I mean, you're jealous my background. Find out your background. You in kitchen. Someone we go and show you what eat your food and Leo. Yeah.
Is this kitchen? Then that's a beautiful kitchen though.
Whatever it is, not a kitchen though.
This is not computer AR background. This is
no, that thing not like island kitchen.
This is an island, so you don't know a very decent office. So my kitchen, my kitchen.
Who said that thing doesn't look like kitchen?
My kitchen get a printer now, right? My kitchen get a cabinet, everything. My kitchen.
It look like it look on the side, look like S-Mass.
You better get my in Facebook living room because so many of you get that living room.
I mean, you don't know why. Nobody will know.
You and John Lowe get that living room.
I'm tired with me. Put me outside. Right now, homeless.
I mean, that's what I mean. He can do that. I mean, it's a nice guy, though.
No, I mean, it's a nice guy. I mean,
it's a nice guy. I like Ami. He's nice.
Yeah.
But so let's get to the story for today, Uncle Sam. A lot of stuff happening for Central Bank because I think while we wait for AB, let's talk about Central Bank and start a conversation, folks. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. It's good to have you. We're going to talk everything and a little more. The rest of the team will be joining us shortly. Uncle Sam, we received information. Central Bank Governor Aloysius Talu received a letter from the Executive Mansion asking him to resign, to step down. He received that letter on Monday. He went over to his lawyer. He spoke to his lawyer. But as many are reporting, he's beginning to take things home away from the office, believing that he will resign. All of folks say he has resigned, but yet and still he's waiting for the lawyer go ahead. He's in serious consultation with his lawyer. I want us to start this conversation. He replaced Petrie. I think that's his name. Okay, but his time will be expiring 2026, July 2026. Pending the investigation report from GSC, Uncle Sam, we'll have a lot of issue, question about the movement of money illegally, those allegations. President Weah as reported. Now, appointed him, but under this government, President George, how you call him, Joseph Boakai, have asked him to step aside. Talk to us. I'm going to come to humanity and the rest of the story, but they have asked him to step aside, Uncle Sam.
Let me tell you something, how I feel about central banking, right? Central banking is one of those positions that should be tenured and it should be insulated from politics. Unfortunately for Liberia, it is not that way. That's one of the things that we have to work on when we talk about building strong institutions, because the central bank is the nerve of the economy. Okay, without a liquid and credible financial sector that is integrated into the global financial architecture, you can't grow an economy. So I understand that there have been some audits. First of all, because the central bank, as you know, okay, is supposed to be independent and it's supposed to audit because they have international auditors. Okay, so those are the things that need to be fixed. So whether central bank will be amenable or whether central bank should be under GSC audits, that's number one. Number two, whether the government can use the international audits, right, to impose some sort of discipline on the central bank. But I understand right now, if I were Talu, I would just resign because the blood is too bad. Because he's now wanted there. In fact, I'm credibly informed that they have, I think, one William Samoa, Mame, I think you can correct me on that, that once Samoa will be taken over on June 1st. So, and then I also am aware of the tension between Mr. Talu and some of his deputies. I understand that. So President Boakai needs to put some structure into the central banking and make a determination as how we go forward, right? If he wants to bring all of his own people, he needs to have a good conversation with Talu, with Yimane, with Dr. What's his name, Dukle and others, and say that I want to bring a new team in and then to compromise a departure. But I don't think they should do it in a way that would undermine the functions of the central bank. Because the central bank has to be a strong institution to bring some degree of macroeconomic stability to the economy.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the show, Abula Mame. Let me bring in Fadiga. Fadiga, this is developing. It's interesting, by the way, that they have asked Aloysius Talu Jr. to step aside, but not Yomane PSA. And you can see him cleaning up his office, speaking to his lawyer. There's a long history that he asked the HR director and deputy director to step aside, and other allegation of misappropriation, moving money here and there illegally, coming from the audit report, audit findings from GSC. Talk to me, Fadiga.
A lot of mysterious things happening in the last 6 years. So your year, the other time, I think moment was with the $700,000 for July 26th. A lot of mysterious things happening. I'm one person that still believe in tenure and believe that career civil servant should not be touched. But it's so difficult to happen in our country because our country has been politicized so bad that if you win, loyalty is never to the country. Loyalty has always been to individual and institution. You see, that's a different mindset. Until we can elevate our governance and in politics to where people choose country over self, it's going to be very difficult. For what I believe that works now is if you win, bring your people. I don't think people should be binding and compared to deal with people that they don't want to deal, especially people that have been heavily political in institutions that are that should be non-political institutions. The the Constitution stipulated certain institution that should be tenured for a good reason. So, but that it has not worked. Probably we need to revisit some of these law because what I'm seeing here right now is Stanton. Let me get. I hope I'm not getting ahead of it. If you look at the list that was presented by the CDC when it came to power, and you look at now the new list that is being presented by the Unity Party, you can see that it's a vicious cycle. Even though the UP list is smaller as compared to the CDC, so these guys, I don't know. To be frank, I don't know the mindset or what led to this guy being fired, right? But what I do know is that the politics that is at play in at the central bank and all the other institutions is very nasty. And I think we need to revisit those laws. If you win, bring your people that you feel comfortable with that will work. If you are corrupt, there are systems there with check and balance. That's why we have our legislature. That's why we have other civil society and other different institutions to checkmate you. But I don't think the president should be compared to work with people that he believes will undermine his regime or that they will not work. So I think that's just my personal opinion on this issue.
All right, thank you very much. I'm going to bring in my man. My man, let me show you this list that we brought up today. This is the CDC list that was sent to the chairman and the executive mansion on Nathaniel McGill. Number 30 on this list is Aloysius Talu. Okay, the name Aloysius Talu. Number 30 on this list.
You see what?
So 31 in the list 1 to 32. So the same way a recommendation was made by Reverend Luther Tappe to the executive mansion, CDC did their recommendation too. So if you look at this list, Mame, you understand that Aloysius Talu was replacing Pitcher. And you know the story better than I am. But the changes that were made most recently hit people and hit them so hard. You understand also that Aloysius Talu had a brother at the bank that came on medical leave and refused to go back. And they will still pay him. Augustine, you understand that if you follow the story. They will still pay him till most recently. Some group at the bank, complained. But this guy was getting him some amount of pay all the time. He wasn't working since December up to March. So a lot of story behind Aloysius Talu. But I beg you, Mame, I know you're eager to speak on this. We see that A.B. Kromah is set. Colonel Kromah, let me bring him on because he's out of the country and he want to give us some update. So please be patient. Colonel Kromah, are you with us? We can see you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine, man. I think for once after the election.
We can't hear you.
We're not hearing you too clear.
Since the election, I'm off. I'm in Dakar right now, attending the Jabat meeting along with the FA boss. So,
are you saying you're in Senegal?
Yes, sir. I'm in Senegal.
Okay, can you give us update? We are live on the show. Sorry that you cannot hear us too well. Is there any way you can use your earpiece? Maybe it'll be better.
I'm in the EU. I'm in a restaurant right now, so I will excuse myself a little bit.
You'll come back when you finish.
I was very hungry, so I had to come downstairs to eat. But what I can tell you is that this is a very good thing for our country. At least we had the opportunity to rub shoulder with other guys around the world to discuss the issue of money laundering, most especially when it has to do with drugs-related issues. So it is a good thing. And then we'll be going back to, we'll also be going to France, Paris, to actually follow up on another bigger group.
So who organized this meeting, AB? Who organized it? Which country? Which group?
It's GABA. And basically, it's a group that basically live to deal with money laundering issue around Africa. But we are going to participate. Fediga is also here. My deputy is also in Dakar, but he's at a different conference. I should have been in that conference. We couldn't be two. Opted to stay back, but then they wanted me to come to Lisbon by all means because it has to do with drugs. So Fediga is at that one. That was organized by a French organization, and basically I elected to come. They wanted me to decide between Fediga and myself. So Fediga
So how big is this one? What's Liberia benefit, AB? How big is this? What's the benefit so far? What are
This
you
is
thinking?
huge. This is huge. This is sharing information as far as concerning the issue of money laundering around the world. And in a couple of weeks from now, we'll be extending that to Paris so as to share information with the rest of the folks out there. Interpol basically has given us an opportunity to share information about drug dealings and other stuff around the world as well. So once it's requested by the FIA, we will have the opportunity to actually see that and to know and benefit from that process as well. So Liberia is going to benefit a lot because we have access to information now about drug dealing, about money laundering at different levels that we've never had before. So
Wow.
it is going to be a good thing for all of us as a country.
Wow. I know you are eating. We don't want to take a lot of your time. Uncle Sam, you got anything to add real quick?
No. Just, Chiaba
Well,
is.
I'm elated to see that the level of respect that we've gathered here is so huge because the lady from the what's his name? LACC is here. And then the Minister of Justice is going to come and be part of the ministerial conference. The National Security Advisor is also going to be here as well. The Minister of Finance should be here as well. So this is for us at our level. The central bank is also here. At our level, we the technicians and technocrats trying to see what it is that we can do, what information we can receive, what level of participation we can have at this level. And then we try to extend it to, then from us now, the ministerial level will come in sometime this week. The Minister of Justice is going to be here, the Minister of Finance is expected here, the Central Bank is here. Everybody, every notable person. The good thing about our delegation is that every notable person that has to do with money matter in our country will be represented, and the organizers are very impressed about that. Because it gave the conference a very good legitimacy to a larger extent. So I'm excited. Information that we're going to be getting, taken back to Liberia is going to benefit our fight against drugs, our fight against criminality as a whole. And that's something that all of us opting for at this point.
Wow. Beautiful.
And then we will be going to Paris, like I said, to join the EMA Group. EMA Group, it is an international organization that look at drug issue, money laundering around the world. And that's something I think we all will benefit immensely as a country coming out of where we've been for all of this time we've had ourselves.
Thank you very much, AB, and I wish you guys well. We hope we can make connect with your deputy who is on the other side. I think I have a letter that what you are saying about LDCC and the other ministers and directors should be attending as well. And I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, the letter I'm reading saying that there's a meeting coming up here in America also. Will you be part of that meeting? The LDCC, the FIA, the Minister of Justice sending representative. Is that the same line with this meeting?
Yeah, well, that's a component of it. But the one I'm talking about in Paris has to do with international stuff, where the FIA will be. Your man NASA here is with me. NASA, here's the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's going on outside? I think I spoke to you. Thank you very much, AB. Let's just squeeze in a little bit. This is NASA from the FIA. Am I correct?
Yes, Stanton. This is NASA. How you doing?
From your end, can you tell us how important this is with everything that's been happening with FIA, please?
Yeah, I think the event is very important because the first thing is that we came to plenary, and at plenary where we discuss a lot of things relating to our mutual evaluation reports from different countries. So you have a lot of West African countries here, and we're discussing issues relating to things that affect us and decisions that we have made against the 40 major recommendation that's provided by the Java team. Okay, so you find that you have a lot of West African countries that are discussing the issues and how do we fight money laundering and how do we fight the issue of supporting people in supporting terrorists in terms of financing terrorists. So these are basic things that we're discussing here. Tomorrow we will be meeting at plenary where we'll be making major decisions and we'll be adapting some of the major decisions that we've made here tomorrow. So we have, as we said to you earlier, the LCC boss was here. She just left. We have the DEA boss also is present here. We expect the National Security Advisor to arrive by tomorrow. And we expect the Minister of Justice to be here. We also expect the Minister of Finance to be here. We have representation from the Central Bank are also available here. So it's a very big event from countries around. Now, the greater news that we have is that finally, Liberia is going to be admitted in the EMO Group. The EMO Group is a bigger network with a lot of countries around the world who are members of the EMO Group, but you have to meet certain requirements to be a member of the EMO Group. And once you are a member of the EMO Group, you are privileged to a lot of information in terms of money launderers and terrorist financing. So it will be easy for you to help to work as a network in tracking some of those basic things. There are other critical things, as Evie said right there today.
Sorry, right quick, because I want to hear this. Why was Liberia kicked out at first? Can you help us? Why Liberia wasn't part of it?
Because we had to meet certain requirements, Stanton. A lot of countries haven't met the requirement yet. Sierra Leone haven't met the requirement. A lot of other countries haven't met the requirement, but finally Liberia have met the requirement. We have been able to prove to them that we mean business and that we intend to fight the issue of money laundering and terrorist financing. And once we've been able to prove that from most of the evaluations that have been done at the level of the FIA and at the local level, it's been proven that Liberia have made significant achievement to allow us to move to the next level. On this basic, we have two countries that's standing with us in the process. One is Nigeria, is standing with us, and we also have Ghana as well standing with us in the process. These are two major countries that normally, for example, nominate you or recommend you at the M1 group based upon your good standing, and that's the good news that we have. So we will be going to Paris on Sunday. Hopefully Monday we're going to be admitted into the M1 group. So Liberia, for the first time in the history, is going to be a member of the M1 group, which is a greater achievement for our country to show that we're on the right path in terms of fighting the issue of money laundering and financing of terrorist organizations.
Let me say this, and the guys can come in outside. It's good that you are helping us, and thanks to AB that willingly say he want to come and discuss this issue. No, Naska, I want to come to you real quick. I beg you, AB, just real quick. Let me ask NASA this question. NASA, this letter here, real quick. You said this is the one that you guys should be traveling to New Mexico. Is this also in line with the International Law Enforcement Academy, our lead, Roswell in New Mexico?
Yes, that one is the U.S. government normally, because of the relationship that we have, and they normally provide training for people who take over. For example, at the FIA, we are just new taking over, so the U.S. government normally provide additional training for staff and people who head in those institutions. So that is different. That's going to be done in July.
Okay.
We receive that invitation. It's not just us. We receive it. LSCC receive it.
Yes.
Other integrated institutions receive it. It's a way of providing all additional intelligence training, because that's obviously we're going on a Barrett to go through the training. So it's not an ordinary training by the U.S. government.
Mama, you guys got anything to ask NASCAR before you leave? Uncle Sam, anything? No. Fadiga, anything?
I just want to say a great thank you to Stanton for putting us on your show tonight. I really wasn't expecting to be on your show tonight, but I think I'm also impressed that we're making significant strides to ensure that we prove that Liberia is moving forward. And I think that's important for us because the entire world takes money laundering and financing terrorists as a major issue. So they are not joking with it. So if Liberia can be able to do as much as we are doing right now to show to the world that we mean business, I think it's a good thing for us. And joining the Emma group will give us a lot of information to help us to fight people who into money laundering and to counter people who into supporting terrorist group. But Abi would like to talk to you before.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Come on.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for cutting short our dinner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Take care. I mean, it's so good, and the reason why we squeeze them in, like I was surprised by me because I was coming to you. Liberia was off on these different international meetings to talk about money laundering, teaching, training, and servicing folks how to handle terrorism, anti-terrorism unit, money laundering, drugs, and crossing border, regional, and everything. I mean, talk to me, man. This is great. We are getting back on the map, though.
But Central, when your government itself is a suspect of money laundering, how can you be incorporated into those institutions that are sharing sensitive information for money launderers? The government the thing we just experienced in the last 6 years as a government, from all indication, top executives were subjects and suspects of money laundering, whether it was through a fake concession that they consider to be Eboma or Eton, or whether it was through a blue carbon deal from UAE, or whether it was through equipment, through police and stuff. I mean, and all the things the US government saw to indict people for corruption and put them on sanction, it tells you that the government itself was a subject and a suspect for money laundering. It was practically impossible to really integrate them into those international bodies for information sharing. And even if they were there, because they are established a country on its own, the level of information shared with them were just scanty, on the surface. Hopefully now, even the Financial Intelligence Agency, you saw what happened. They were being used as a source to wire money under the system. How will you take such an institution and integrate it into international, money laundering information sharing mechanism? So with a new leadership, we are optimistic. And sometimes you don't need to do a lot. You only need to show commitment. You need to show character for people to trust you and bring you on board. So we see how far NASA and the rest of the people will move forward with this.
And a very smart guy. I spoke to him. He know how to lay this thing out. Want to say things. This is the Director General at Intergovernment Agency Against Money Laundering in West Africa. They call it GIABA, ECOWAS Commission. It is headed by Edwin Harris of Liberia. It is an organ of ECOWAS. So all these little group coming together, making this thing happen, we should be proud of Liberia and proud of the new system. At least Uncle Sam cannot go against this one, or Asido cannot go against this one, because to see our guys having meeting, engaging folks internationally, going over to France, going over in Senegal, traveling to New Mexico. I mean, these guys are bringing home something good. Go ahead, Fadiga. You want to say something?
That letter you put on there is something disturbing. Why is the DA not listed on that letter?
I put on the first page. It has 3 pages. They are included.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I had to just screenshot it real quick to ask Mohammed Nasser my question. I will send the rest of the document to you guys.
All right.
Welcome to the show, Glendy. How you doing?
I'm good. Hello, everybody. But I thought Fatiga said you were not talking about DEA again. Why are you asking about that picture?
No,
Okay,
the letter didn't say anything about DEA, especially for a conference that.
I just gave you answer. Uncle, say hello.
The people feel about
How you doing? How you doing, foster woman?
Look at trouble. You not start. I'm speaking to you nicely. You not start.
Sorry, Fatima.
Fadiga, I put the rest of the letter in the chat room. Take a look.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go back to Mohammed. Mohammed, on the issue about the central bank, we're discussing, but I want to say thanks to Avery Kroman, Mohammed Nasser and the rest of the team, Fatika, they're traveling around the globe, bringing some goodness to Liberia. We need it as a country. And together, I think we'll do better. Let's also send a shout out to Alexandra Zoe. She was part of this program, the LDCC or chair, Alexandra Zoe, Councilor Zoe. We send a shout out to her. We all want to send a shout out. When they do a good job, let's praise them, folks. Let's send one out to Oswald Tway, the Justice Minister. These guys are trying the best. From a dark place, and we're seeing light at the tunnel. It's beautiful. Mama, let's talk about central bank. What's up?
I mean, a lot of things about central bank. Where do we start from? I mean, how you started the conversation. You say about the report on the alleged resignation.
The resignation that what we're coming up, because I have confirmed that the executive mansion have asked Aloysius Tyler to step down. He met his lawyer and they are talking things over, but folks are saying they see him clearing his office little here, little there. And also, I want you to add the GSC findings because they have not 100% presented the report. So the findings. Talk to us, Mami.
You see, I will follow Uncle Sam Jackson comment regarding the independence of the central bank. I'm a former banker. I know the risk associated with politics being in that bank or in the banking sector is very risky. So that's why most time we like to be careful. But that independence of the central bank comes with how those leaders, governors, and other people are appointed. We'll talk about tenure. Even President Boakai, if he appoints the person he wants to appoint in a manner and form we are hearing, it undermines the independence right away. The way the central bank governor should be appointed is not the way the governor was appointed in the first place. And that part of the reason why when new leadership takes over, they suspect you as a partisan. When Patriot was appointed and Patriot was leaving, President Weah announced that he will use the act of the central bank to recruit a governor through a competitive process. That's what the law requires. While that process was on, he appointed Talu. It undermines the independence of the governor before he even takes the seat or before she even takes the seat. He did the same thing with the deputy, without going through the process required by law to ensure the person takes the seat on the basis and foundation of independence. They politicize it. So as soon as the new person takes over, they see Talu and the rest of the other people there as political actors and not financial experts working independently to move monetary policy and ensure the stabilization of our economy. If President Boakai followed the same pattern and immediately appoint somebody outside of what the central bank appointment process requires, the next president that will come will do exactly the same thing he's doing today. So we need to send out warning, we need to send that message out to President Boakai to see reason to do it the way it is required to be done. But whether Talu leaves or he stays, or whether the other governor leave or they stay, should be a subject of what the audit report says. What the audit report says. The findings we are getting from the audit are pointing to the fact that nobody in that central bank should remain there after that audit is out. If the president wants to proceed with the findings of the audit, none of the governor currently in seat should remain there. But besides just being removed, they should be prosecuted. The findings of the audit are disturbing, and people are trying to shift blames. Say, I was not the head at the time. But here's the fact. When you take oath, you say, I swear to uphold. So you cannot argue that someone instructed you. The Supreme Court has given a ruling on this issue in the case of Brendan Samuka. Brendan Samuka argued that Ellie instructed him. The Supreme Court said you took oath as an individual to uphold and act in good faith. Nobody should instruct you to do bad thing and you do it. So a lot of the things we see from the audit, we don't want to go ahead of the audit. Let the audit report come out. Let it be left with President Bouaka to decide whether what happened at the central bank in the last 6 years is something he's satisfied with, for which he wants to allow those who perpetrated that to remain at the central bank, or to just allow them to resign and work free of charge and go. So we'll wait for that. But from where I stand and what I know and what I see, nobody at that bank should remain there after the audit is out. But more than that, they should be prosecuted for the extent to which they misuse state resources. Simple example of 700,000. And somebody argues, say, it was for 26 celebration. That's waste of resources. 700,000 could put chairs in schools, could put lights in hospitals, so that when people be better at giving birth, they don't die because no current. But you take 300,000, give it to the Ministry of State to have 26 celebration. And somebody would justify that I was not the head, but you executed the instruction. Where is the head? Where is Petrie? He should be in yellow jumpsuit. But we'll wait for the audit report and we'll call on President Bouaka. If you want an independent central bank to move forward, follow the procedure laid down in law to recruit your new governor. And if you are really serious, the audit report should be the basis for which people should leave the central bank and for which they should be prosecuted and investigated. And from what I see and what I know, nobody should remain there and all of them should be prosecuted.
Thank you very much, Ambula, Mame, the Papalo board. I'm going to move to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, you in line with what Mame is saying? Give us your own opinion on this, sir.
Look, man, I told you my background is banking, and I love banking, and I mean that's, and I know a country cannot move ahead without a strong monetary sector. Okay, where the central bank, okay, implements and coordinates monetary policy. Okay, that is the lifeline of any economy. Okay, and the one who has a central bank has to be a technocrat, not a politician. It has to be somebody who understands monetary aggregates, understand all of the things that go into having a vibrant financial sector. Okay, because if you don't have money in an economy, you have illiquidity, and you don't have a structure, monetary sector where the banks are intervening to promote development. So you can't play with the central bank. But the last 6 years, I've not been satisfied with how even my own government handled the central bank, with the appointment of Petrie, with the removal of Petrie, and then with the removal of Milton Weeks. All of those have been very problematic. President Bouaka has to follow the rules and get the best. Okay, I don't know what kind of vetting process has been going on, but we need to get the best. And right now, what's happening at the central bank? The central bank needs to be, we need to be assured that our monies were protected by people who were entrusted. So the central bank has an independent audit, right? An international auditor. Let's go through that and let them tell us what has happened. I don't think the GAC, which is a political institution, should be auditing the central bank, because it will show inflection of politics in that audit. So I need an independent audit of the central bank, not a GAC audit of the central bank. The last thing is, if President Bouaka believes that he does not want to work with Governor Talu and others, he should negotiate with them so they can move out. But he should not bring somebody who is his personal banker, a personal friend. We should have a vetting committee of real people who understand banking to make that decision. So going forward, we can have a truly central banker and not a political hack who is taking instructions from executive mansion. That's my position.
I'm kind of okay. Let's just get everybody a view. So Glennie, talk to us. Let's welcome Asido and Asivai. Talk to us, Glennie, on Central Bank.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. I think the conversation started yesterday. I like all that Mame said. I mean, every institution, there are rules and regulations, there are guidelines that should be followed. The fact that we're here, it means something along the line has not been done correctly. So it would be good for if there's a need to change the governor, which I think maybe if he's tenured, which I think they could negotiate to get rid of him, or they could get him out of the position legally if it's possible. But to do it in a way that seemed like a witch hunt or seemed like it's not being done correctly, it's a problem. I also like to comment to the fact that we need to understand this governor, the bank governor. What is his qualification? How did he get there? I asked this question yesterday. How was he vetted for this position that he's now in, that he's not even able to follow what the protocols are? And we're hearing this person say you should do this, so this was done. So I think the government currently needs to look at the procedures and make sure that it is done correctly, so we don't have anyone coming into this position, like Uncle Sen said, because of favor or because somebody knows that person. It needs to be someone who is qualified for there's so many stories out there about the current bank governor and his qualification. It's not for me to say, but we also want to know did anybody see his? I mean, was he really vetted properly to be in that position? And also, we have to also, like Mame is saying, if there's an audit out there for the people that are in the position right now, then don't retain them. Then if you want to start on a clean slate, start on a clean slate. Get people who's qualified, get people who have no story attached to their name, no corruption attached, and move forward. But we just cannot continue to have these things done in a lax way that doesn't represent good governance to the people of Liberia.
Thank you very much, Asido. Let's hear you on the central bank. We have reassignment, the HR director, the deputy HR director. They were both reassigned by Alosha Stalu. We received information which we have confirmed that Alosha's brother came on medical leave to the United States. They gave him a huge sum of money, and he was forced to resign after complaint. The president have asked Aloysius to step down. There you go. He went to his lawyer for his lawyer to intervene. I don't know. Are we going back to another LTA story? But Mame hitting something and said, "Oh, the governor should leave." Mame Kim said, "Well, follow the protocol, follow the guidelines from the central bank. But in the meantime, fire all the governor as per the report." So I'm kind of confused. Where are you, Minister?
Well, I'm not interested in what Mame say. That's what he says. That's for him. It got no bearing on me. I'm not interested into it. But hi to all of you first, and it's good to actually, it's good to be back on. You know, it is a sad state that we always come here to disagree. I hope someday we can find something we can all agree on. The issue at the central bank is just business more than usual. I know one of those things the president has said that I've agreed with. He said there will not be business as usual because he is now involved in business more than usual. As to if people should fire people, it wouldn't be strange. We have seen people being fired from agency, from ministry, we've seen it all around since this government came to power. So that is just a continuation of the pattern of what the government brought into power. So of course, I do expect for this government to dismiss every single person that they see not to be a person from the rescue camp. I expect that. If I were to advise people who are actually occupying positions right now, leave, resign and do something else because they will target you. So, I'm not saying there may not be a legitimate reason why someone can be dismissed. There could be, but based on what has happened so far, we've seen. I think one can agree that the issue of wage fund is just all around the place. We don't need to go too much of a place. Let's just go at NASCAR, where the other lady was let go of a job. For what reason? We always agree, just some form of, nothing. But on the issue of bringing on young people on, let's look at it this way, Theo. I was asking someone, what makes the very few persons from this so-called rescue camp have the belief that they and they alone know it all, that they are the most educated, most intelligent, very highly qualified people. So everyone they met everywhere is not qualified. Who put that in their brain? Like who opened their mind to put it there? That once President Weah hired this person when he was there, and we can meet the person, they get rid of them. They're not qualified. This syndrome of it is not me, it's no one else, because no one else knows anything other than what I know. That's the reason why today you are seeing the government. And if you want to talk about a vetting process to end on this, somebody should laugh. The reason why the government told us they were slow in making nomination was they said they had a vetting committee that was vetting everybody to ensure they put the most qualified people on. Don't ask me. Ask the asset recovery team. They were all around saying Mountain Colley, not Mountain Colley, but Mountain or something is not qualified. They were saying it, not me. But he's one of those who may have also gone through the same vetting process that they all talked about. So which vetting process are you going to talk about now with the central bank? The same one they have had that led us to where we are today, or the same one they carried out on Clamantin, and the very same thing we're all around saying he's not qualified. I beg your pardon. I would just saw something change.
Thank you very much. Asifat, please. Can you unmute, please?
Yes. So let me just put a caveat that the governor is somebody I've known more on the sports side, we play soccer together and stuff like that. But from the inception of his appointment, it was clear that he was not qualified or competent for the position, and I don't know, I just saw something today, supposedly when they were sending people, it was sending him as a supervisor or something in some regard to the National Bank when the CDC was sending a list. I don't know if you guys saw that list.
We put it in the chat room.
Okay, so if at that point they were looking at it in that direction, I'm not sure, how he got to be the designee or the appointee or the recommended person to be governor of the central bank. But we have seen all the issues at the central bank. Look, the central bank is supposed to be independent of the Ministry of Finance. Yes, they should work with the Ministry of Finance, but you need a person there with integrity, with competence, with confidence in their ability, that they understand the monetary situation in the country. They will not be swayed by a fast-talking Minister of Finance like Samuel Tuer was. That whole map-up situation indicted the central bank. And Samuel Tuer took responsibility for that thing on the onset. When the trouble came, he left everything and said he didn't have anything to do with all the central bank that they were doing their window and blah, blah, blah. So in essence, for me, I always felt that the job was bigger than him. If you look at his resume, I can share with you, if you look at his resume, even on the bank, his profile as governor is empty. for somebody who wants to have that position, whether from a managerial perspective, whether from a content perspective in terms of understanding the macroeconomics he needs to understand to lead a central bank situation. What have we seen from him? I have not seen anything, unique, anything innovative. I have not seen anything even just stabilizing from him at the central bank. So, to me, to a large extent, he has been a yes man for the government anyway they wanted to go. And it's sad. But in the process of this whole tenureship that we have been having issues with in terms of how you remove, people who are tenured, I think there should be some kind of solution to it. He has been in a position. The government has been here for 5 going on 6 months. If they had not found cause where they could get rid of him, then maybe they need to negotiate with him. But the way I look at the central bank from the outside, I'm not inside, but just the transactions I have seen and some of the stuff that have gone on, there's enough cause there for him to be relieved of his position along with probably, I didn't hear Mami suggest it, but somebody said it, the entire board of governors, So, look, we just have to find the best Liberians to occupy these strategic and technical positions.
Thank you. Fadiga, you want to comment? Thank you very much, Ava. Fadiga? You got to unmute, Fadiga.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting Ava and who else syndrome.
Broplet.
It's Broplet, Dr. Broplet. Stanton, we've already talked about this whole central bank thing. Stanton, this thing, like Mommy said, like I said earlier, is a visual cycle. Until people can learn to take their political ideology or the political leaning from these professional settings, there will always be this kind of problem. And again, you have to understand Liberia to fully go after these guys. Sometimes people barely have their own way when it comes to this thing. The power that we have a way of manipulating people. But then again, you have to. It's a very difficult role. And, it's a very messy situation in this country that people in leadership can actually coerce and sometimes outright force these people. The only option they have is either resign and walk away or fight the system. And the system is just like Las Vegas, like they're playing a slot machine. The system always wins. And you get lost and buried, and people that's supposed to stand by you will look at you and laugh at you and say, look at that brother, who you fighting for? People get punished here easily get punished for doing the right thing in Liberia than doing the wrong thing. People that do the wrong thing barely get. Look what happened yesterday. I was shocked. Look what they did to our public works minister. I was shocked yesterday when I heard, I don't want to divert the conversation, when I heard Senator saying, oh, we forgive him. Honestly, he's my minister. He's someone that was something, but I don't think people should. Even if it's something that they wanted to do, it's something that should have been done in private. But for you to come on national something, and say, you know what, we forgive him. How many common thieves on the street? I'm not saying that he's a thief.
We'll come back to that. Let's stick on this thing.
Yeah, let me get close on the
central bank. Yeah.
Let me get close on the central bank thing. Also, what I'm saying is that we have a very bad culture. We have to fix the culture, and then probably the law will work. But the law is not working because, too many interference. And these guys are contaminated now. Look at the list they came on. If our president work, I'll fire them to like yesterday and bring in my own people. Because the audit have proven that we cannot trust them. Just look at the audit report. It's nothing that wish on. Sorry, Isaac, the younger one, Isaac do. It's not a wish on. This is a reality.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Listen, let me just ask a question. And I'm kind of confused. Let me come back to you. You want them to fire everybody, and at the same time, I mean, we can confirm that they have asked him to step down. But his tenure is now over till July, maybe 2026 or so. That means they have to pay him. But if the report comes, do you think the government will pay him though? They will just maybe ask him to leave like they did the LTA folks, right?
For me, I mean, I don't really support that whole negotiation thing. If there's a cause, if there's a cause to dismiss the governor, dismiss the governor. If there's a cause to dismiss the deputy governor, dismiss the deputy governor. That whole thing about, I mean, let's negotiate with you so you can leave and we'll pay you. I'm not a fan of it. Probably maybe the information behind it that inform those actions. I've not come across some of them. That's the reason why I share this opinion now. Until I can see the information behind that or the factors driving those type of thought process, I wouldn't support a negotiation. There is an audit report that points to corruption, that points to mismanagement of resources at the central bank. People who are having conversation about negotiating with them, they were in those positions. Take action on them in accordance with law. If there is no reason, then do not remove them. If there is no reason, if you don't have reason, don't remove them. But from what I know and what I see, the governor, the deputy governor are complicit into the misuse of their offices for personal and political reasons. The account at the central bank called contribution. Audit the account. The account was audited, was reviewed. Transfer from that account to people who have nothing to do with the central bank. Under the watch of these people who are currently deputy governor and deputy governors. On that basis, I'm saying the president should let all of them go and they should be subjected to the court process. It's not about Talu. It's not about PSC. It's not about any other person. It's about what the president promised Liberians. It's about doing the good things, and the best thing to do for your country is when people misuse public resources, you take action against them. It's not witch hunt. That's where we stand on. We can go into the administrative issue later at the next round of conversation on the whole hiring process and all those things, people sending name and this and that. Talu was recommended. He accepted to be recommended as a supervisor to the bank. He accepted to a party. Say, put my name there to be supervisor. I beg you, you're me supervisor. They put a name there to be supervisor. Suddenly, out of the blue sky, he became governor. It tells you that he was not prepared for the job. But that is besides the point now. He's in the position, he's about to leave. What we are saying, what we're calling our president to do is use the audit report. If there's no reason in the audit report, let the people remain in their job. If there's a reason, take action. Don't negotiate. The governor, the deputy governor, we are convinced, are complicit in the misuse of the bank for personal and political reasons, and action should be taken against them.
Thank you very much. I said, though, are you with us or your attention somewhere else, my man? We need your full attention on the show, man. You
no,
don't relax.
I'm with you.
Don't relax. You lay back, looking for the people watching us all over the world, my man.
Well, it's good to be relaxed. We should be relaxed or relax, you know. I've always
no, but let me bring Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, I don't know how I should say this, but maybe help me. Mommy asking for everybody, including, PSN and the rest of them. We have something about 730,000, almost $1 million that was requested for July 26th program. We ran with that story, The executive marshal said we need 300,000. Another group said we need 200,000. But Mame, are you putting this on those deputies as well? On one of the documents I about to share, they make a note. I'm going to beg you. Let me give Mame 30 seconds real quick. Are you putting this on them as well? You think they could have stopped those requests from the president?
No, there's nothing here that shows that request came from president. And even if the request came from the president, when you take
no, you can't say there's nothing. You saw the information that was passed. The executive marshal requested the central bank for the 300,000.
I didn't see requests from the executive marshal. I saw requests from the governor to the deputy governor, telling the deputy governor to process payment to these institutions. My point is, let agree come from the president. You are not required.
Mama, I beg you, something is playing. Can we mute ourselves or can we turn off what we listen to, guys? Please. Go ahead, Mama.
Whether it came from the president, in the case, I've not seen any record that it came from the president. And the information I'm getting from sources, that account we call contribution account, you don't see requests from requesting source. That's the audit information we're getting. You don't see requests from requesting source. You only see payment going out. But let's assume, without admitting, that it came from the president. You are not under obligation to execute illegal instruction. When you take oath, you say, I solemnly swear. You say, I. And because there was debate on this issue, the Supreme Court ruled. Brennan Samuka was trying to stick on this issue that I took instruction from the president. The Supreme Court said, you took oath to uphold the Constitution and act in good faith. Your action to have made these payments or do these things were in violation of the oath you took in the law that presided over what you did. So nobody can say, I did it wrong because somebody instructed me to do it. No. If somebody instructed you to do it, you have two options: to decline the instruction or to resign.
Okay, thank you.
You cannot justify.
But I just want to be straight honest, sir, because you have the document, I have the document. The request came from the executive marshal. So you cannot say it came from Tadu. No. Tadu was, Petro was instructed. It came from the executive marshal. You have that document.
There's no justification. Okay, it came from the executive marshal. So executive marshal instruct you to do wrong thing. You are not under any obligation to do it. If you did it, you must pay the consequences of your action. That's what I'm saying. But it's more than that 700,000 Stanton. It's more. You will see more than the other report comes out. The president.
No, we know. We got the findings. Listen, I'm not against what you say, but we got to be on the record.
President Bwaka has in his hand dossier of evidence of how the current leadership at the central bank misuse public resources for political and personal reasons. He has it. But let's wait for the official audit report.
Let's wait. Thank you. Thank you. Sam Jackson, Uncle Sam, I beg you, we'll come to you after Uncle Sam, while I bring in representing the 40 Fambola A. Go ahead, Uncle Sam.
So,
welcome to the show, Representative.
So basically, this is a draft audit report. This is a draft audit report. And a draft audit report comes with the caveat that those in management must respond to not allegations, but to what the auditors pick up as unusual. Okay? Therefore, I'm not going to make a value judgment on the guilt or innocence of professional people like Talu and Yimare until we see their response and the finalization of that report. Because we do not know what the extenuating circumstances were for the disbursement of money from the central bank. Maybe the central bank has a budget for contributions to July 26th, and it maybe have been a tradition of formal central banks beginning from 1974. So if this has been a tradition which had been audited by international auditors in the past, I'm not going to accept the value judgment of an erudite young man, Mame Bapulu Mame, to be the arbiter of justice to determine the guilt or innocence of professional people. Until that time that we get a final audit report, until we get it submitted to appropriate court of competent jurisdiction, and until convictions come out, I will not make that judgment. I'm not going to be emotional because I know how traditions and the Liberian culture work. Now, President Boycott can change that culture today. He can say that there will be no state-owned enterprises that will buy 5 cars for an inauguration and use Grace Pay as an example to fire him. But if President Boycott can sit around and before he even became president with no authority, and allow a man who had not been confirmed to write a letter requesting for 5 cars for an inauguration that will last 2 or 3 days, they could rent a car, and Mr. President Boycott does not set that tempo. You cannot be on Spoon TV and make value judgment against the reputation of professional people at the central bank. It may be something in tradition. That's my position.
Wow, I think. I said, don't go ahead real quick.
Tradition.
I said, no. I think. Listen, guys. No, guys. We shouldn't put joke in this one. This is very serious, and I think the comparison here is unique because one who comes with what clean hands or equity, but has clean hands. I said, don't talk to us.
Well, you know, unfortunately, those.
Hold on. I will come to you, Fadiga, please.
Yeah, just to make the point clear, only those who refuse to learn will not care about facts. If you are interested in details, I'm sure you will want to speak out of emotions. We all can have our own thoughts on what we want to happen, but it's different from what you want to happen to what should happen. Those are two different things. In as much as I want maybe my name not to be Isaac Doe, my name is Isaac Doe. So your feelings is outside the box. We have said it times and again and over. There was no point in time when Nimade Pearson was in charge of the central bank when some donations or contributions were being made towards any Judah 26 program. We have said this again. We've provided all of the evidence. Unless someone doesn't care about facts, but just think their feelings should be the end of the day in Liberia, then of course we can't do anything more than that. But no, the former central bank governor was the one in charge of the central bank when those contributions were being made. And let's come to the second thing. Uncle Sam just cut it off my mouth as I wanted to say it. If you want to talk about contributions towards things from government entities, we should be looking at people being dismissed from the executive mansion. I mean, let's be fair here now. We had people buying big, good cars worth $170,000 of other people's money. Now, the central bank case is unique and different. The central bank will be using their operational funds. Every government entity does that. I give you an instance at Youth and Sports. Once upon a time, there was COVID-19 in Liberia. We formed the National Youth Task Force Against COVID-19. OSEWA contributed, some permanent citizens contributed, the World Bank contributed, or WASH Commission contributed, Youth and Sports contributed. So these things happen. But then when you go to NASCO, where a president-elect will be instructing his people who are not anywhere near the authority to buy cars, and you don't want to start with that, but you want to bring your feelings into that, it is sad. Again, Mr. Sam said it. The audit report we all saw, I shouldn't call it audit report. I should call it first draft, because there will be many other drafts. That audit report said administration should provide clarity. There are things you need clarity from to go on. So once the auditors agree with the clarity provided, they can go and take off that path. And I don't think people will be dismissing people in Liberia, or anyways, that's been a rescue issue for first draft audit report to which there has not been management or recommendation. So let's take emotions out of this. Let's come on the facts, on the real issues, and not just say those things that people want to hear. You know, people say politicians just say what people want to hear. That's not what we should be saying. But I think Women Day is good from what I know. I don't think she's been into a time where she gave authority over things to happen. No, if you know how institutions work, you know the authority is the head of the entity, and then it comes down for you to implement. You are the you in the next position. But I think we come to a point where if there's a just cause for that, we all will call for that. But as of now, there is no basis for it.
Stanton, where you going? Who was next?
Yeah, so it's
I think before they can come in, before they was.
No, before they come in, we were going around. I think Asi was supposed to speak.
Okay.
Then we'll finish with our central banking, then Fode can come with his new topic he wanted to talk about. So Ava, you can go ahead.
Thank you. And just for the edification of some of the people who are listening, or just for the understanding, when I said the current governor's resume is empty, I meant with regards to this position that he's in. I don't mean there's nothing written on his profile or resume. He has, I believe, a master's in public administration. He has a bachelor's in something else. But when you look at his body of work, and that's what we look at, the body of work, the experience as a compliance analyst and something else. Even when you look at a profile, he does not describe what he has done. He basically describes the institutions that he worked with. Even currently, his ECOWAS role, as central bank governor, nobody understands what his impact or stuff, because he doesn't say what he's doing or what he has done. So it's empty, in that respect. So I hope people understand. The other thing I heard Sam Jackson say earlier when I first came on was that the GSC is a political institution. How come the GSC is a political institution? I would think it's an integrity institution. The people there should be responsible enough to audit anybody in government. Not every audit. Is there feedback from somebody? Maybe that, I don't know. Maybe that as they do, they're saying information. As they do, mute yourself when your information coming through. So, this whole thing about the GSC is an integrity institution. If the people there are not operating with integrity, then the president needs to get rid of them too. But we cannot disqualify them from auditing government institutions that need audits. To wait for only international people. No, they are the destiny to audit everybody else. So let's respect that. Look,
all right.
This report, maybe I can agree with Isaac, is now a final audit, but the information in there is damning and it has not been responded to, I don't think, adequately, whether publicly or privately. You cannot be making these kind of huge on payments, 200,000, 300,000, 80,000, 150,000. At will. Why? I really don't understand it. There are other structures where these particular activities should be funded. July 26th celebration. How old are we? Every year we know we're celebrating that and we don't budget for it, but we got to come to the central bank and to other institutions of government to make those contributions to have those events. And what are those monies really used for? Who audited them? Who audited how that 300,000, 200,000, 180,000, 150,000 was used?
Thank you. Thank you, Acid. You were speaking about this. Let me flag it. We're bringing Representative Fode Fambula, then we'll go to our Fatika and our sister Glennie. Mama, you were speaking about this.
I'm a man Fode.
I want to hold on 1 minute, Isaac. I want to show the folk this. It's 2019. And I know we have the letters to these, all right? The 2019 findings, as you can see, 200,000, as Evaz said it, 300,000, 150. The total came in the 80,000, 730,000. Does anyone on this set think that anyone had the right or they could have refused not to implement the disbursement of these funds?
Yeah, me.
You think that they who have said no to George Manawea?
They should.
They should.
They should have said no. Stanton.
Ms. June said no to Ellen.
One at a time, guys. I beg you, one at a time.
See something, Stanton. Let people argue. I mean, you can defend that. Oh, I mean, will make contribution. Are you not hurt? Do you not feel pain that in a poor country where women are dying while giving birth because there is no light in the hospital?
No, I understand.
Stand up, please. Stand up, wait, please.
No, I understand that. I just want to.
Are you not hurt that in a poor country where kids are sitting on the floor and people charged with the responsibility to manage state resources are disbursing 700,000 for celebration of 26? When the Ministry of Finance have already disbursed 26 celebration fund to Ministry of State, tomorrow I will give you the final ministry disbursement to the Ministry of State for 26 celebration in 2019 to tell you that this payment was a double payment. When the U.S. government said McGill was taking money from government institutions, this is one of the examples. The Ministry of State in 2019 received.
So you are. Let pause you. I know you coming. I beg you. Let pause you. You say after they gave this money, I want the Liberian people to look at this thing. The government of Liberia had this money already, 700 or more for the program, but this was just a kickback money.
The Ministry of Finance disbursed money to the Ministry of State for the 26th celebration. I will present the document.
Not this amount.
Not this amount.
Let me bring in the representative. We have Representative Fode A. Fambula. Thank you for joining us today. We have not seen you in a long time, but you met us in a conversation. Again, we want to take this time to welcome the First Lady, Madam First Lady Bwaka, to the United States. She's here to attend a program. We're going to welcome Katuma Bwaka. She sent her greetings to every one of you. I just spoke to her briefly, and they're following the show. So welcome you, First Lady, the country mother, to the United States. Go ahead, Representative Fode Fambula. Talk to us on this issue, and let's just make sure that we're on track. Mama coming strong on this one, though. Where are you as a representative?
First thing I'd like to say, thank you again for bringing me back. I've been in the district trying to reach out to our people back home. I have listened to the argument from both sides, and as a member of the Public Account Committee, that will have the authority to listen to the parties involved and the set other report that will be placed before us. So what I want to do for now, I want to reserve comment because an attempt to make a statement now, one might consider my position in hearing said matter as biased. They will have said that I've already expressed an opinion, and I think it will not be fair to them. So I will wait on the said report to be laid before the Public Account Committee, that we can have a fair understanding as to what really unfolded and how we can run a decision in that matter.
Well, have you guys been following on this central bank issue?
Yes, we raised series of issues few months back. The issues of the 83 million and other issues. I think all of these things sparked the said audit report, the said audit of the central bank. And as such, we have always been very mindful when it comes to how to speak to that issue, because we are aware that the said report will be before us in the not too distant future, and we'll need to take a decision on it.
Would a report come to you prior to the president executing and asking The
The
bank.
report of the GAC will be sent to the Committee on Public Account, and they will need to call the parties for a public hearing. And I'm a member of the Public Account Committee.
But why say you that the president, we have confirmed that the president have asked the bank governor to step aside?
I think the issue of the Public Account Committee is all geared towards transparency. It's geared towards laying the foundation for prosecution. It's for the parties to face each other. So, as a member of that committee, when said report has been discussed in the public, it is just fair enough for me to be able to reserve comment and ensure that the said report can be formally placed before the legislature, that we can run a final decision in the said matter.
Thank you very much. Let me go back to my brother Fadika. Glendy on this right. I know Uncle Sam you want to speak, but it's Fadika turn. Then we'll go to Glendy. Fadika.
Uncle Sam was showing some sign there.
No, he said he's not speaking. Go ahead.
I'm done. I already spoke.
On this new topic, the one the representative is speaking on? Or?
No, the one that Mama just, we just show all these documents. If you don't want to do it, we'll close this. If you don't on central bank, we can come back to it. But if you have nothing to say,
I don't want to say anything more on that central bank. I think I was so straight on that.
Okay, thank you, Glendy. You want to finish up on it? We're not hearing you, Glendy.
I already said, made my points on that. If they've asked him to resign, then there may be justification as to why, and they need to follow up with it and investigate that. I just think gone is the time where we allow people to sit in positions. I think the question that I think you asked Mame a question whether they should have said no to WIA, and he said yes, and I'm saying yes too. They should people.
Are you calling for all the governors to resign?
I'm not going to call for them to resign until we wait and hear what the report says.
Okay.
Whatever the report says, and if it's justified for them to be removed or to ask them to resign, then they can do that. But I think anybody serving any capacity, if you know, you have to be able to have some moral compass. If you're in a position and it's your boss is asking you to do something that is not right, you should be able to say no. So they should have been able to say no to President WIA. I mean, regardless of what the situation was, if it's something that he was asking them to do that was against the law, they should have been able to say no. Simple
Thank you.
as that.
And thank you very much, Glendy. Anyone have any final comment? We'll move into the next.
Let me just say one thing, Glendy. Let me just say one thing, just a quick comment. I like to learn from experience. I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong thing to do, but you actually have to live in Liberia to see how these things work. I think it's a two-way street. That people will say, oh yeah, you can say no. It's easier said than done. From what I have seen on this ground, Stanton, it's easier said than done. The system needs to be overhauled from people that will be influencing other people that they shouldn't be influencing. It's just easy to tell a man say no. I would say no, but there are a lot of people that are no here based on certain situations.
No, but if you can say no, if you can look at yourself and you have that moral ability to say no, why should the next person not be able to do that? And it has nothing to do with living in Liberia. It has nothing to do with that.
It's bigger than that. It's
you're in Liberia and you're able to say
we gotta wrap up this. Let me bring in Asido. Asido, finish up on this. Then we'll go to the next topic.
Sure, very quickly. Again, we will come back over and over and over and again and keep saying those things that will always come up to be true, like we've done since our being on here. Every time we say something, it comes up to be true. Contributing to a program is not in itself illegal. Now, for a deputy or an assistant to refuse to do something that has been approved by the head of the entity, it is not in itself unprecedented, but there will have to be strong basis. Simply because the government of Liberia had given 200, 100, or 200,000 for a program does not necessarily mean that other contributions cannot be made towards that program based on the cost. We don't need to go 1847 to get an example of the rescue. During the inauguration program, government disbursed over 600, almost 700,000 for the inauguration program. Rescue still went ahead and had additional 350,000 that is spent. Let us stop talking these things as if we don't remember very quite recently. And the last thing I wanted to end on here, in the chat room, Santon, we need to be fair at times. In the chat room, in our chat room, way before this whole audit business CBL started, I posted there that the central bank governor was the next target to be removed. Again, like I've always said, when I post something, I know who I talk to. I know. So I know what I post. Let's be fair. That was way before other thing. So we knew what was already in the making. If it was the other thing, that discussion would not have been held. Since when the RB Bank managing director, I think Samoa, whatever you call his name, was taped to replace the central bank government, he will replace him. We knew about it. So it is not, stop hurling beyond audit. I posted in our chat group. You can go there, you will see it way before you started talking about it. I posted it. And I mentioned names. I didn't just say nobody. This RB Bank government managing director who be the next person taped by the rescue team, because that was done long-term thing. So it is just the pattern of witch hunting. Man, people, contributing is not illegal. In as much as we may have, if you want me to tell you, in my mind, personally, Governor Tanu would not have been my first choice, me, to be governor of Central Bank. Would not have been my first choice. But how has he performed? Looking at the tax given him, I think he's been okay. But we can look at other factors as well. But the truth is, rescue inauguration, they have money for government, and they still needed other contributions to do other things. That's how it works. Thank you.
I see you got your clock on today.
Yeah, let me ask you a quick question. I asked it though, because it was done before. I asked it though. Let me ask a quick question. Because it was done before, does that mean it's right?
Absolutely not. No. Once it is wrong, it is wrong. Being done before or now. But in this case, I am saying it is not wrong in itself. It is not illegal.
Let me put this up. Mommy, can you talk to us on this? We got to move to the next one real quick.
It's just short. I was just telling you that the payment from the central bank was just in addition. This is the government fiscal outing for the year we're talking about. 460,000 on celebrations. 460,000 on celebration, including 26. This is from Ministry of Finance. That money for that 300,000 from central bank to Ministry of State, that will make your own operation in 2019.
I think we need to look at 2019 to 2020 because
So,
when
you're not happy the mayor.
No, one at a time, guys. No, wait, guys.
I say
listen, nobody's happy today.
Listen, guys.
All right, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 minute now. Hold on. Go ahead, Mommy. Finish up, please.
Yeah, I was asking for 2019, 2020. I want to show you 2019, 2022.
Okay, so you said when you said it will bring you back. We have to move on. Ava, you want to say something real quick? We gotta go.
Yes. Hey, look. In addition to that, Mommy, we gotta look at the central bank annual report for the expenditures for 2019 as well. I want to see that line item where they're giving $753,000 to these people. I don't see that much detail in it. So far, I've looked at the report. So you got to cross-reference these things for us to really find out where the people spending their money.
Mad.
I mean, it makes no sense to me. Seriously, as a though you back in something like
that's a good question. We'll come back tomorrow, guys.
I don't know how you can justify
we got about 13 minutes again, but it's good for us to be here to talk to the Liberian people. This will be our last comment for today. We spoke to AB, we spoke to NASA, they're out of the country. We talk about central bank. This will be our somewhat last comment. Let me flag this from the front page newspaper. Front page is saying, how deep is HPX in Yellow Machine saga? 1, 2, Mama Cats, 600 million snafu. Guys, I know I'm bringing this up because you guys said we should discuss it. Let me start with the representative. Any update, Representative Fambula?
As of now, the house has not been briefed. I don't think anyone at that level has been informed as to the official status of what is unfolding. I think the Minister of Information came on air and he said that they have not put any pen to paper. It was just an idea brought to the cabinet retreat. The next aspect of it is that it was only a few hours ago that someone hit me on a company that is involved with the yellow machine situation. So what we'll look up to is to see the government official position that will be communicated with the house, because we will need to speak from facts. But let me say this to you, CEO. The first thing is that when you talk about yellow machine in the interior, our people, they are not asking for procedure. Yeah, they are not asking for formalities because the rules are terrible. And I believe the government of the day is aware of the politics on the ground and how the ordinary Liberian consider some of these logistical support and the importance of F moving machine in our local community. As such, they might overlook the systematic procedure that is laid down as to how these things are procured. So I believe there are a lot of questions to be asked. There are a lot of things to ask the executive about. As it stands, there's not a formal document before us at the legislature to discuss this issue. I think it was only discussed at the retreat. But anyone who is from a Leeward County who say it make a lot of sense if it is real and the procedures are followed, we need to make that procedure legal to ensure that our people can benefit from this kind of negotiation. But we want to know as to the standing of how the government is negotiating the kind of thing. So for one, individually, I think if the government is in the business of negotiating with the actors, they need to be able to bring forth their names, and everyone can be able to strengthen the conversation and ensure that the interests of the Liberian people can be protected in the kind of negotiation. Because I can assure you that if you just get 30 or 100 of those yellow machines and put it on Broad Street, the whole country will be in a jubilant mood. The people consider the thing very important to them. And I think it's just the technical politics of the day that we are discussing. For us at the legislature who only wait on the executive to see whether they have substantial negotiation out there that will be laid before us, that we can look at the good of it and see how best we can be able to take a decision. But it's something that you in the village, you cannot tell someone say, because the way they might present it from the executive point is say we're going to bring in yellow machine, but a 40 formula say we should not bring it. You see how your road bar 40 is the cost. That's the political side of it. And the next issue is that technically you want to know the procedure, you want to know as to whether the maintenance of the machine, how what is the team put in place, the technicians to manage it. A lot of things need to be called to book. But when you go back home, people are not asking about that. They want to see those material in the country and their rules can be touched. A lot of things are being called for. So I think we look forward to something that will work in the interest of our people and from my
Yeah,
own
but
opinion.
you want something that will be done
What
legally. You want it to be done legally,
I
transparent.
want it to come, I want us to get it legal, but I want it to come
You want it to be done transparently, though.
open and transparent.
Yes, I just want to add because I don't want folks to think that you just want anybody can bring something just because the people
No,
in the
because
interior.
not anything, but we want it to come and it should be transparent. But I
Thank
think
you.
it was just a conversation at
So
the
so
cabinet.
so what? So the story that that is on front page. Let me ask you because I read this. I read the newspaper. It's more to do with the Putu Mountain deal and everything. And you think it's a fair allegation on Mama Kai, 600 million that she was going after? You did you read this newspaper today?
No, I didn't see this newspaper today. I think I'll need to read the positions of what front page wrote and to have a picture of what they are saying, because I think is a clear investigative story. If we can have the facts because all of these things we are talking about a few days from now, I believe it will be before the legislature if it is real, and we will need to take a decision on them. So the biggest part of it is to ensure that the system is willing to be open, transparent, that everyone who participate, because in as much as the logistical uh, uh, aspect of it is very important, but the biggest part of government is always to be open and transparent and ensure that you can reduce any
And I
corruption.
mean, thank you very much. But it's I don't know. Anyway, I will hold my opinion for last. Uncle Sam, let's come to you. This 600 million is not for that of Mama Khan as per the front page newspaper, man. Do
Okay,
you
so
think? Yeah, talk to us.
okay, so I believe the what do you call it thing? The Minister of State with a portfolio by I think by executive law, by constitution, the President of the Republic of Liberia can appoint as many as he wants. But this is the first time in history that I know that we have 5 ministers of state without portfolio. Okay, and the reason why we have this is that the nexus of government has moved from the cabinet into the executive mansion. That's very, very troubling. Okay. First of all, the NIC is the investment promotion arm of the government. So any negotiations that borders on natural resource, whether this is a resource swap, whether this is a loan, whether this is a gift, all of that should have been done within the ambit of the National Election Commission, along with the line ministry that is responsible for that, which is the Ministry of Lands, of Mines and Energy. Okay. Representative Famula made a very valid point. There, we haven't seen in the public domain any project document that shows the management by which agency, whose command and control the 285 machines will be under. I don't believe Liberia has the absorptive capacity right now to bring in 285 machines, properly maintain them, and put them into use and to be efficient. Like most things in Liberia, as you know, they will not be properly maintained. They will not be properly warehoused. There'll be no coordination. There will be incoherence in terms of in the delivery thing. And in 2 years after the delivery of these things, as we see with the ADA lab machines that President Boyka was involved in, we see that they've been cannibalized. I see these machines to be cannibalized 24 to 36 months for the following reasons. You cannot say, as they have been saying, that 285 machines, you would divide it by 15 counties, where small counties like Grand Cru and my ancestral county or Riverside would get the same number of machines for resource rich and geographical expansion like Nimba, Bong, and Lofa. So this is, again, I would call this a fraud, a total disconnect, and this is an effort by somebody to make some fast buck. And President Boyka should be very, very concerned with that, because the way that this thing has been put into the public domain, they have pulled it back. There's a lot of cover up. Like you, Stanton, you said it. If it what? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it must be a duck.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. Thank you. Let's wrap up on this thing. It's 7 o'clock. 3 to 7. Sorry that you came on the show, late representative. We hope we can have you early tomorrow. We'd love to have you if you have the time. You can come in studio because we have a lot to discuss from your end and your district. I want to go back to Glennie. Glennie, wrap up on this topic because we have to go. Then we'll make the rounds. Or you want to add anything? Go ahead.
I'm just laughing because the first concern was yellow machine. Second concern, why are we bringing yellow machine? Third concern, Grangie, them have 10 yellow machine, every one them have one. So where are we with the yellow machine? I don't understand. If it's wrong, it's wrong. However the government wants to distribute it, It's one yellow machine more than they had before. So whether the counties are equivalent or they have the same population, it shouldn't matter. What should matter is that people will benefit if it comes and it's done correctly and it's legal. Counties will benefit from the use of the yellow machine. And just like I said the first time we started talking about it here, I will still wait to hear what the government has to say more on this yellow machine. In the end, the Liberian people in the villages will benefit from the use of the yellow machine. So whether Bon County gets 3 and Grand Bassa gets 1, doesn't matter to me. They didn't have it before. If they're going to get it, it's going to be a plus for them.
Thank you very much. Alvar, you want to go ahead?
Yes. I think this is about the 600 million, right? I'll read that story. The thing sounded more exciting than Monopoly. The way they were throwing the money around and paying the money and the way they would make the payments. I don't know if people read the story, but it just sounded far out there.
I think folks should read the story. You're correct. It's very
I read
interesting.
the story and I will agree with you.
It's very interesting to read. Go ahead, Alvar.
Go ahead.
Yes. And then to hear that the folks at the National Investment Commission, refused to sign or go along with it, they must have done some due diligence, and saw reason why it was not right to go ahead and sign that kind of agreement. I mean, I don't know what the purpose. I mean, Sam Jackson can relate to El Niño situation, the Western Cluster. He knows a lot about that, how these fraudulent arrangements go about, how our leadership tend to sign them, and then the people flip those things, and they just make huge capital on the backs of the Liberian people that Liberian people don't benefit from. So I don't know what is the situation with this. If Madam Bility is really the one involved, maybe she should take the microphone and elaborate and tell us why this is supposed to be a good deal. Who are these people? Because the issue is the company is like they have never performed. Similarly, like the scrap dealer that came with the El Niño situation. He had never performed in the mining sector. He had no experience. He had no structure behind him. He just simply took over that concession and flipped it probably the next day or as the ink was drying on it on that same day on the signature paper. So we just got to be very careful. We have our assets. We have to make sure to benefit our people. And historically, our governments have not done that. So, it's about time that somebody start doing it. And I hope it starts with this government.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in Mama, you want to wrap up on this 600 front page Africa story? You're muted, Mama.
Spoke on, on this whole yellow machine thing and the latest information that came out. There are a lot of elements. Sorry, somebody was calling me. There are a lot of elements to it.
Is that Central Bank calling you?
There are my wife for calling me.
Okay.
Just wanted to know. I've been here the whole of today. I've not spoken, just texting. She wanted to know what's happening.
You see love.
Yeah, she wanted
love and killed.
Yeah, she wanted to know what's happening. I've been busy from one meeting to another. Then
Mama said rubbing the ear.
But I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
the public can talk about your wife. Why you can't talk about your wife?
The man coming right now.
I said the public can talk about your wife. Why you can't talk about your wife?
But anyways,
I said don't come into your own, right?
Next week, you can't talk about your wife yet. You don't talk about your wife.
Next week.
On a serious note, the poor people, like the Honorable said, not concerned about the process. That's true. I'm not a politician, I'm a technician. Honorable Famula is a politician, he has to be politically correct. And I don't have any reason to question such a narrative. He wants to go to his people so they be happy with him. He has to find a way to balance. I have a responsibility to tell our people that we have to be careful. We We want the machine. The machines will come. They will come to Liberia. The reason why people talk about transparency, the reason why people talk about process, and I'm speaking to my Liberian people, there's a reason why we do so. It's because these machines that you want, I'm not saying in this case, because I've not seen no project document, I've not seen no agreement. Until I can see it, I wouldn't cast expression. But the reason why people can say we want to see the process, we want to follow the process, is because your desire for machines could be exploited. And a machine that's supposed to cost 1,000 will cost 5,000. Your desire for machine could be exploited. Instead of you getting 5 machines, you get 1 machine because the process was not transparent, it was not legal, it was not followed. That is the reason why you should be interested in the process, because you don't want somebody to use your desperation for machines to cheat you. So that 3 years from now, you will sit and regret and say, oh, the people tricked us. I'm not saying this will be the case, but we have seen examples where it happened, and I can give you those examples. One, during the Ebola period, we were all complaining, oh, they need cars to move the Ebola patient. We got 382 vehicles. Because the process was not followed, after the Ebola, when RAA conducted an audit, only 268 they could account for. 100 plus vehicles could not be identified. They use your desperation for vehicle during Ebola time to steal over 100 vehicles from you. That's why you should be interested in the process. When horses got burnt in Popo Beach, people say, oh, the poor Negroes, not going to help them. Right after the process, we realized that 2-bedroom horse were costing 33,000. They use your desperation for housing unit to steal money from the system. We can go on, but because of time, we'll stop there. So we're interested in the machines. We also want you to be interested in the process, because it is possible that people could use this process to deny you of more machines. The money that you buy 500 machines could only buy 285. That's why it is important to be interested in the process. But to learn on the Santo in 1 minute, the machine will come. We want the machine to come. Whatever the case is, from what I know, the machine will come. I'm interested deeply in the process. But I know Liberia, the machine will come. So this is what we need to be doing now. Let's forget about the ego, the legislators, the other people. How do we now begin to correct a process to ensure that when these machines come, whether legal or illegally, they can be used in a way that creates maximum benefit for the people? What's the maintenance plan for these machines? What's the logistical pool for these machines? GSA doesn't have the capacity to manage it. What system are we putting in place? Just ordinary vehicles assigned to government officials, GSC can track it. You bring 200 plus machines in the country. What are the plans for spare parts and maintenance? What are the costs?
But those are the questions that folks are asking.
That is why now I'm saying, in 30 seconds, we should be thinking about putting the ego aside, while the legislature pay keen attention to the process. Let technicians be thinking about developing these strategies and the program so that eventually when the machine gets to the country, even the counties, you get one county, 23 machines. How do they manage it? The fleet management strategy, consumption strategy. How do they raise resources to put fuel management team? What's the plan? Bring people on board to design the cost strategy, to design the logistical plan, so just in case the machine comes in town, they can be used in a way that creates maximum benefit for the people. The machine will come. Legally or illegally, the machine will come.
I don't want you to say or illegally, but remember, let's do it the right way. But what is it?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I support the right. I'm saying, Stanton.
Yeah.
Last statement that the woman made at the cabinet to say the machine on the way, that is the real statement. Any other statement you're hearing is not a real statement. So I'm saying it already coming.
We getting information that this company that front page is talking about, the company doesn't exist, not even in Dubai. I don't know how front page gathered the story, but the company, again, these are information that we're receiving. The company doesn't even they hasn't been involved with mining whatsoever, and it doesn't exist in Dubai.
Bingo.
You mean the company that giving the machines?
No. Different company.
This company that
600
connected to
million.
this 600 million. Yeah. Yeah, they said it's the Pioneer Group LLC. It's a strange name. It hasn't been involved in mining, and the company doesn't exist in Dubai. A lot of investigation is going on here. I'm not saying the front page story is accurate, but we flagged the story today to bring awareness to exactly what is happening. And I think it's good that we have the representative here that choose not to speak to it because we think he want to take a political position. But I'm disappointed a little bit in Representative Fambula to say that, well, our people need it. Everybody want to take that political position. If I say I don't want it, my people will beat me in 2029 because President Barker is bringing machines and are blocking. But can you also talk about the gullibility of our people that they will take anything just because we want roads? 22 million went fly just because we want road. Yellow machine coming with a proper accountability and transparency. I mean, these are what people voted for you guys for. But again, I will give you a chance to speak or representative. Let me go to Asido and Fadiga, and you will take us home.
Can I give you a point of information, please? I beg
So,
you. Just 30 seconds. 30
yes,
seconds.
sir. Yes, sir.
The request for proposal for Western Cluster was published on December 1st, 2008. Elenito, the company, was not formed.
Elenito,
the company was not formed until December 22nd.
Correct.
Now, when we went after Elenito, the same thing I'm hearing today. We need jobs in the Western Cluster. Let the company come. Exactly what we're hearing again. So I don't want to bring people to know.
It's a good point, and that's what people are saying. That's a good point. But let me bring it acid though. Jose Fadiga and the representative will take us when we totally against time because Manapiti squeezed me today that we'll have to leave up to the 11 p.m. But we 11 minutes past 11 in Liberia. So let's try to wrap this up. Acid though.
Yeah, I think on the 600 million snafu stuff, I will want to say the lady, I don't know, Mamaka Beleti's name is ringing bells so much, and not for any good reason. I would just think she will want to slow down a little bit and try to readjust. I think too many things attached to her from this government that many persons will remember her for, especially from the back angle. I don't know if she's the most powerful person now, but there's a little need to readjust, and I think she needs to slow off a little bit. On the yellow machine issue, we've talked about it over and over and again, and I think all of us here agreed on it, that it is a good thing. I know my brother, Representative Fode, a good thing, you managed to ask him and he tried to correct himself. Listen, if you want us to name the amount of things Liberia needs, let's start off. Liberia needs plane. We just wake up tomorrow, they say 30,000 plane when we come to Liberia. Just because we need planes, okay. Liberia needs electricity. We just wake up and say 15,000 ships bringing electricity. Okay. Liberia needs housing. The poor people want house. We just wake up and say pre-constructed house, 200,000 of it on ship coming. It's okay. We need everything. I think all of us agree. It is a good thing. There are lots of other questions you want to answer. My brother, recently we know the government awarded $22 million to companies for roads. Now, before you do that, there will be this assumption that the company you are giving the contract to will have all of these equipments to take care of the road. So if you will bring the machine in and you give it maybe to this company for the same road Would they be renting a company from the government? They say additional cost. I mean, there are a lot of things there. And Mama said one thing that I agree with. You know, I don't like to agree with Mama a lot. When they when the minister said these things are on the shape coming, take that for truth. What we know they try to do is to squeeze things in the middle, to say they're doing the right thing. But it's late. We all know. You know, somebody just went and say, yes, the country, they want yellow machine, man. They want it. They want, I said, they want great horse, the horse roll. Oh, yeah, bring it up, bring 5 million, bring 2,000. Then nobody asks because we want it. I don't think you want to use your need for something for people to exploit you for that. I don't think that is something. And as a lawmaker, my brother, I who want to believe, you will be very, very, very most important, most interested in the processes. People, you make the laws, all of these laws. You want to make sure people follow them. Yes, the country needs all of these things. We need electricity, we need water, planes, we need houses, we need ships. But hey, should we just wake up and say they all on the sea, the whole seafood, no space on the sea, everything come to Liberia? Of course, we need to have asking questions.
That I said though, since I've been knowing you, I think you're getting better because you make a very good point though. Fadiga?
I totally disagree with you as usual on this issue. There is a good reason for the pessimism that is going around. A lot of these guys are pessimistic for a very good reason. They know that the benefit of such move will decide a lot of things. Look, Stanton, let me go back in history. We just came from a 6 year where the leader he wakes up every morning and carry on a bunch of vain projects. Uncle Sam know why government carry on vain projects. That is where people steal money. When the president wakes up one morning, say, I think the people need horse here, I'll pay horse here. Oh, I think they need park here, I'll pay her park here. No feasibility study. Look, oh, you say, you know what? I think the people need market here, I'll just pay a bunch of market that the people will never use. It happened all over, even in Sri Lanka. That one I did, I brought it up right in there. But I was speaking to Liberia. People carry a bunch of vain projects. None of the guys said anything for the last 6 years. They look at the airport, they build a park there. Yeah, we need park. They build it right here, close something that I just learned that it was going to be removed in few months or a year because we're going to start reconstructing the James Springfield Airport. That is why we have to live through vain project and the cell phone millions of dollars that were just wasted just because they wanted to eat money. So yes, I do understand why people will be against it. Look, it doesn't matter. We need some radical approach. I won't discount the fact that this thing with El Nito and other things that have happened in the past. But if we keep being pessimistic and we do not have no hope that government is this dirty, bad thing, that nothing good will come from other, and everything that comes, the first thing we think on the negative before we think on the positive thing, then what's the need of us running government? Because it would never get it right. Even if Jesus Christ come and put a signature on that thing, we will still complain. Now, let me go back to the 600 story. I listened to that.
That would be better because everything you just said, nobody know your position.
Everybody listening to me on Stanton.
So that would be better.
We need those machines.
You flew from America to go to South Africa to go chase El Nito and Eton. You chased them because you didn't believe in it. You are telling Liberians because Joia did it because Joia did it. It was so bad. Joia did it. It was so bad. So let's do it too. Say it, but let's do it too. But you can't do that because Joia built houses. Because Joia built houses. Because Joia built houses. It was so bad. Because Joia built an invisible park. In a wrong place, it was so bad. Because Joia then took all the money, it was so bad. So we shouldn't question the legitimacy of this 285 year machine.
Comparison.
We shouldn't question it.
When I investigated Eton loan and I know that the government was making a terrible mistake, and the reason why we even went to investigate that loan, it was after the legislature ratified that loan. Armed with those information, we went to Hong Kong. That's what happened. The legislature did a very terrible job. They sided with the government. This have not even gone to any point A. They have not even
Why would
left.
you say it's not going to point A when the deputy minister says it's on the ship coming? Isn't that point A? Isn't that point B? So you don't. So what she said during her presentation, it doesn't matter, right?
I had a personal one-on-one.
No, we understand. Two of you spoke. You spoke to her all the time. But I'm saying to you, I beg you, my dear brother, what she said during her presentation, you telling Liberian people not to listen to it. We can only listen to Jeremy Pierre. She said it's on the ship coming. We shouldn't listen to that, right?
Ship, I wanted to be in fact, I want to process expedited. What are you talking about?
So without transparency, right?
Yeah, I know we come to the transparency stuff, but I just do hate the pessimism. We need to be optimistic at least for one. But let me get to this 600 million something. Stanton, I think you read that story. Honestly, if that story sound too good to be true, if that was, I said, don't get involved in the conversation. Please leave me alone. Let me tell you this.
It happened for you guys.
If that's 600 million,
Friday, say it's happening. Go ahead.
If that 600 million story is happening exactly as it was written in the front page Africa, then there is no story. What company come in and say they will give us 600 million? There has been no concession that was this beneficial to the Liberian people that concession. But it sounds too good to be true. That is why I believe that a front page story is a spider story.
They have documentation. They have documentation.
You said Ronnie said lie? Are you saying he's lying?
They have documentation.
Are you saying Ronnie said is not saying the truth?
It was not written by Ronnie C.
Ronnie said newspaper though. They have
made mistake before. Newspaper make mistake all the time. But let me tell you something. If you read a story, they tried to contact Mamaka, it didn't work. They tried to contact the guy that they claimed refused to sign, it didn't work. How can you put out a story with? Get all the facts. If you just put out the story right now, it sounds like a spider story in a ESA or mere gossip.
That's why you not make it in there, you're not a slim tire.
No, the story is a gossip. The story is a gossip. Forget about the sensational headline. It's just to buy a newspaper. And Mama can looking so pretty over there. Look at how she look. So pretty. No, they did a good work to put a beautiful picture of her there. But let me tell you something. If you read a story of Sis Granny, the story sounds too good to be true. What company comes to Liberia? Let me go. Stand on. I want you to be truthful. That's what I want to do, right? Let me just go straight into the story. They said that they're going to invest. I think
we read the story. You finish talking now.
Yeah, no, but go to the specific. I always let the detail. Stand on. You do
read the story. You said we go to specific. I brought the thing up. Then you said go to specific again.
Yeah, but then let us talk about the specific. The company going to give us 600 million. And the guys, if this is possible that any company going to do this for Liberia, I will say jump on it. Jump on it tomorrow. Jump on it like yesterday. But it just sounds too good of a deal. That's why I do not believe the front page story, because if it were meant to be a negative story, it's not a negative story. It's actually a positive story. If the rescue mission can pull off this kind of deal, who they are talking about?
Lady, Fadiga is so close to getting a job.
That's my job.
You're really close to getting a job.
Read the story. Don't listen to us. Go to Front Page Africa, read the story. The story sounds like a fairy tale. That means if our government can make that kind of deal and negotiate that kind of deal, honestly, I have never seen any concession like this other deal. It's just too good for us.
Thank you. Thank you. Fadiga, thank you very much. You are very close. By Friday, you will get that position. Representative for the Fabula, thank you very much for joining us. We'll speak to this while we leave the show tonight, sir.
Yes, the first thing I would like to say to my friend Abula is that I'm not sounding political. I'm sounding very realistic because the fact remains Liberian present needs will not be far from rule. And anything that will try to address that situation, everyone will build a lot of interest in it. I listened to Oman Jackson. Some of us were in university at the time when the issues of El Nito came about. I think he and I we had some issue on that, and I raised my own reservation
We
with
ate
him.
cassava leaf together on LU
Yeah,
campus.
because he came on the campus, he raised the issue. At the end of the day, I think he was appointed as economic advisor to the president,
No, no,
and that
no,
was
no. It was not that time. It was not that time. You
amongst
mixing
others.
it. You mixing it. You mixing it.
At certain point, you were appointed by
That
the
was in
president.
2014 during Ebola.
The president appointed you, and that issue, we there's no
No, but the
uh,
deal was signed
right as to how it ended.
in 2011. That was 3 years after the deal was
Oh, so
signed.
Uncle Sam, let you
No,
finish
no,
up
but I
now.
have to correct him. I have to
Yeah,
correct
you
him.
will. You will. We
What
wrapping
I'm
up.
driving to,
No, but there are reputational risks, so we have to correct him.
what I'm driving to, Uncle Sam, is that the first thing, there's not a concession before the house. There's a backdoor conversation going on. We elected a government to negotiate and represent the Liberian people, to protect the Liberian people interests, to ensure that the laws are followed, to ensure that the process is transparent, to ensure that things that will benefit the people can be brought to this country. I listened to Brother To, who said Liberian need plane, Liberian need house. The first few things you should understand in this country, and they are very important. And almost every government will try to campaign on. One, they will tell you there will be a rule because they are aware our country will lack a rule. Two, they will help to stabilize this economy. And by saying we help to stabilize this economy is to ensure that the price of major political commodity are being kept in check. Things like rice, gasoline. In how much we need oil is not as compared to how we need rice. If there's a shortage of oil on the market, the demand for it will not be as compared to when rice, there's some shake in the price of rice. So when you say we need house, we need plane, we've been in the country for the past 12 years. President Weah was president in this country. We didn't buy a single plane, he didn't move us, but we still complain about road. So when any government, in any way or form, try to negotiate bringing in logistical support, F-moving machine that will help to address the issue of road, a lot of Liberians will be very interested in it, and they will appreciate the fact that that government is taking such a step. The technical aspect of it is to ensure that that process is transparent, is in keeping with our laws on the book, to ensure that things that our law says are followed. So it's about us ensuring that the technical aspect, the legal aspect is followed, and we appreciate the government for even thinking in that direction, that they are trying to address the rule situation that we have. Is it that I have reservation as to the numbers of machines they are talking about? Yes, I see the number very huge. The next aspect, technically, what we want to discuss is the maintenance of it. But all of the things we discuss here, see, the machine, no document before the legislature. How will we say we don't need machine or we need machine? If the that is like, it's a normal balance in our country. We say, my father said he will buy soccer. One of the sons in the house say, I will spoil the soccer. The other son say, you spoil the soccer, we'll fight. They start fighting. The road we're talking about the machine, no document before the legislature. The house, the government has not communicated formally to the Liberian institutions that should be able to discuss this matter and find a logical conclusion. And we come back and forth. The machine should not come, the machine should come. Clearly, any well-meaning Liberian would say we need a machine to come. The process should be transparent. The government should ensure that while negotiating, the interests of the Liberian people will be protected. The manner in which the expectations of rule in our interland is not as compared to Liberia owning a plane. So if my brother Asset don't say we need plane, it's not as compared to rule. So when people are discussing things that are pressing to the ordinary Liberian,
I'm sorry, Representative, we are not seeing you. Yekazi, I mean, what's going on? Yekazi, you want to come on?
Okay.
Put our camera back on.
Let me see what I can get it back on. Okay.
Is the producer in studio?
Yeah, they Facebook took the man back because the man said,
Representative is a producer in studio. Legacy, can you switch with him if we have the same issue from Sunday?
Okay. All right. So you can.
Thank you.
I think
so while we close the show, we want to appreciate every one of you guys for joining us today. The representative is still speaking. Once you come in camera, then we'll be able to complete and be done with this show, guys. I don't know. I
one question.
Yeah, but let bring him back. Fadiga, I really don't want to entertain your question because you flip flopping
One
on
question.
that job will help you. Go ahead. Ask.
I said though, what happened to the cake plane?
They ate it.
Cake plane that you promised us.
You asked the one question now, Joe. Where ate the cake plane?
No, so
let me ask for him. Ask you, Joe. We are Nathaniel Miguel.
No,
they all ate the cake plane.
So you asked me if the man allow me to answer you in second.
Are you ready?
So that was just your own political talking point. Governor of Liberia has never promised you breaking a plane, cake plane. President, we are went there to launch something for a company, not for the governor of Liberia. So
you
again,
lie. I said, no, sorry to say you can lie, but you're lying on this one. Sorry to say you're lying. You're lying on this one. Joe, we are in the cake plane.
Our relationship with the truth. And that relationship,
we are Samuel Square, Nathaniel Miguel, so Joe Acedo, Boss, Zoka Wilson, they were all there. Eugene Fagon, they all ate the cake plane. That same day.
That was
So see you
machine. I mean, you are wrong.
The issue of the machine is something more like you need to understand from which point you're discussing it. The first thing, there's no consultation before the House. There's not a formal communication from the executive to the legislature as to bringing to the attention of that body a specific document that we need to pass before. Politically, what do we know about the community we represent? One, they are in dire needs of rule. And if a government is passively discussing, addressing that situation, more like everyone will appreciate the fact. What we'll ask for is for the process to be transparent. What we'll ask for is for the laws on the book to be followed. So it's something that every one of us will appreciate, not to consider it in the context, in the demanding context that my brother do say we need plane, we need oil, we need oil, we need road as a priority for this government. And if this government is discussing it, what we'll ask this government about is to ensure that that process is legal, it is transparent. That process should be able to take into consideration the interests of the Liberian people and how the interests of the Liberian people can be protected and how the laws on the book can be followed. One of the things I've been pushing from the legislature, and that will come in the next few months, is to ensure that we can review or amend the current mineral law of this country. The laws on the book are as far back as 2003. We need to review the mineral law and put into place current reality that we can look at the laws in our region and see whether it will fit our current situation. A lot of things need to be done. But looking at the facts, looking at the kind of conversation, I think the importance of that machine was what sparked the whole debate. And it is the only thing that was discussed from that place. All of the good things that were said in that retreat. But when that statement was made, that yellow machine will be brought to the country. CEO today, you from the legal count, any of the legal counties, and you took just a single machine. The manner and form in which your people will appreciate that machine, because the rules are very terrible. And an attempt to intervene in those communities, especially when it comes to rule, believe me, our people will appreciate it. What we call for openly is to say, get this process open, get it transparent, involve all stakeholders to the table, and ensure that people can share their ideas and get the best for our country. So it's not about someone comparing road to plane. It's not as the same that one who consider it. So I think my brother would need to re-examine that aspect of how he considered the priorities of our people. Maybe some of our brothers had not been on the ballot to understand what are some of the demands our people put for, how they prioritize their interests, how they place their priorities in terms of what they need immediately for any given political actor that will take a decision in their interest. So if you have been on the ballot and understand how Liberians consider some of these things, you are there that Liberians in the interior will not consider rule or a plain or rule. They will never. Because some of the people, they just do not have a passport. How will they discover plain? But they will have their plenty on the farm and they want to have access to the farm, to the market. So rule is a priority for them. You cannot compare plain to a rule in the interior. No. People are looking for rule to get their goods to the market and you say plain when the person does not have a passport. So it's something that you just want to politicize the context of what we've been saying. All we will ask for, the government need to be open, make this process transparent and ensure that the best of it can be achieved and the Liberian people should benefit. And see you, I'll be here tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, you'll be able to. That's good. That's good. Let's say this real quick. As it, just hang on while we close the show. That's a cake plane. Okay, everybody is in white. The plane taking them to heaven. Joanna Angel Gabriel, and the first lady that Angel Mary, and look at Kenya. All right, and as you can see, everybody sitting there. They ate that cake plane. They took the piece of the cake home. All right, Zoga Wilson is there, and you know what?
As it is about cake.
Zoga Wilson gave it a piece, took it to Ministry of Youth and Sport. I mean, you and I said don't want to look in our 2-hour board each and tell us say Ava that Joey just went to offshore company in. That's a bringing lie.
Nobody again.
Citizen ran with this. Citizen ran with it. That will get to Air Force One.
I was there by the way.
You feel doing your talking now?
I said, what were they playing for the
Can I say something, please?
No, I beg you, Uncle Sam, you say something.
I want to say something. I won't be fair.
Uncle Sam, go ahead.
That was a very low point in the we administration. I'll be very frank with that. It was a very low point. But you got some low points too. Your asset recovery.
I say you being fair.
But I was a low point.
Uncle Sam, let me do my own.
So Sam, don't do your own.
That was a hard point. Let me do my own. I beg you, Fadiga. Here's the issue. Thank you, Uncle Sam. You have spoken truth to your friend Joe.
But I got low point too.
But hold on now. I beg you, Papa. You say, let me say, we agree, we got all the low pointers. But this one, you just rubbing acid to face. This is one of the worst in the history of Joe.
No, not the worst.
Okay? But you throw your own, let me tell my own. And you brought a low point.
The worst.
Yeah, but you talk about low point. So you get the Ito and the Igbo math, you get the cake plane. And the cake plane, Joe, we just gave us Zigo. After this, the man had a judge sitting there and saying, Frank, give it to him while the Liberian people are paying for it. So I agree with my brother Fode, Representative Fufana. I agree with him. The people don't have passport to travel. But I would say to you, Representative, not because they say my man say, I'm going to go kiss the doctor, you know why. You got to educate your people. Not because the government said we gave you 20 F moving yellow machine. So you care less as to how you enter the country, how much is paid. And these are let me finish, Representative. Representative, let me finish. And these are the argument, right? We love it. Bring in 1,000 yellow machine. Beautiful. Give each county 50. Thank you. But just tell us the procurement process, the lawmakers involved, where the money coming from, how it will be paid, who bringing them, the company, the individuals that are donating them. The Americans are concerned. They're looking into this. This thing led to so many sanctions under the George Manawia government. Maggie is on sanction today. Senator was placed on sanction, thinking that he was going to be free. This thing led to massive sanction. Look at Abache, look at Vanu Sherman. Okay, let's discuss the issue. Somebody will be placed on sanction if this is not done correctly. Who is this person? Who is the company bringing 285 yellow machine? It's on the port already. Where's the money coming from? Where's the kickback? I'm not blaming you, but I will say this: as investigation rolls over, somebody neck will be on the chopping block. So we asked the question as panelists on the show and other network. We want the government to be transparent. We're not just going to the kumbaya. We're going to ask the hard question. If Mamaka knows she did good for Liberia, she will celebrate. She have crossed all her T's and dotted all her I's. She shouldn't be afraid. She's a deputy minister. For God's sake. Joseph Barker saw something in her. So she should celebrate. But if she made a mistake, again, you, Representative Fode, and your colleagues in the senior house and the lower house, you will forgive her. Like you forgave Roland Giddings and accepted his apology. But talk to me, my brother. It's always good to have you.
So the issue about the procedure, I have not said we are not interested in it. We are interested in the procedure. And it is that interest that all of us around this table are discussing. We are technicians, we are professionals, we're discussing the process that leads to the yellow machine coming into the country, how legal it is, how transparent it is. That is the process we're discussing. What I'm informing you about is that, one, the present need of our country, that which I think the government has started negotiating about, if it is true, it's something that's not far from rule. Rule is a present reality and we need it. And if they are discussing it as a lawmaker, we're interested in a formal communication that will be placed before us to establish the legality of the conversation they are having covered. And that process, I think we are not far from it. We are with the executive to communicate with us so we can understand. If today we have said such a document, I would have said to you, CEO, this is a copy. This is what formally the executive is saying as to how they're going to procure the yellow machine in question. But people, they went to a retreat. Every minister was given an opportunity to present an idea from their office. It was not a formal position, like I said, and I heard Fadiga saying the official position of the government is that of which the Minister of Information communicated to the Liberian people. That is the official position of the government. If the Minister of Information was going to say, we have started this process, this is the process, this is how far we've gone, then we can hold the government hostage. But it's like you see, you call a senior staff meeting. In a senior staff meeting, when your staff say we can bring in cars, we are talking to people to see how best we can get cars for Spoon. Spoon have not agreed that they will secure car.
No, but that's not what the senior staff said. The senior staff said we have secured. It's on the ship. It's coming. It's two different things.
Let me say this to you.
No, brother. Yeah, I like your example you carry on, but let me be fair now. They say it's coming. It's already on the ship.
The senior staff said it's coming. The first thing you are aware of as an institution to secure a car, you should have fund available. Two, if it is from government end, that funding should be specified in the budget.
No, we're not talking about that, Representative. The lady said it's coming. It's on the ship. Let's talk about that.
CEO, from my own standpoint, I will see that you usually say that's just overrated statement that have people interest in better into it. The statement is overrated and have people interest better into it. As such, you have people building a lot of sentiment around it. It's coming. It's on this side. The realistic position of this government is that they are not negotiating such thing. As a stakeholders in this country, we are waiting to see a formal communication before the House. All of the technical positions my brother Mohamed is raising, I will say, yeah, I will want to raise them. Because let me say this to you. If the government brings logistic in this volume, the quantity is very huge. The management comes into play. The issues of maintenance of those logistical stuff we're talking about comes into play. The issue of financial support to maintain them. How will we maintain them? Yes, there are other hub of the public works. Is it that the president will set up an executive task force that will manage this process and role is part of his agenda? A lot of things need to be answered. But how will we discuss this thing when we do not have any formal concession before us? When Trumpage is saying there's a backdoor conversation that is unfolding, that even the head of the National Investment Commission is refusing to sign on.
We're gonna have you tomorrow, Chief. We really want to fight you on this and many other stories out there. Something came out today in the newspaper and said you guys are just fighting for your 2029. As a Viking, you go off. We got somebody coming in your office, please. The issue here is that somebody said that the lawmakers are just preparing themselves for 2029. You guys are not working. You are a disappointment to the Liberian people. I want to keep that story. They are talking about the House of Representatives for us to discuss it tomorrow. It's a deep-rooted story. They're putting everything on Funati Kofa. I think Funati is doing well. But to say that you guys are just off fighting for 2029 re-election is a disgrace. I want to say thank you for coming. And we hope to see you tomorrow.
That person should be able to back their statement with evidence, because the first thing you say, people they're fighting for 2029, you need to bring a attendance sheet to see whether lawmakers are not going to work. You need to bring a lot of facts to establish that kind of statement.
Well, sure, we're having tomorrow. It's a story the same way from Fadiga.
We'll be here tomorrow to see what's happening.
We'll be here tomorrow. Fadiga said front page.
Yeah.
Come away.
No, are the only family from Bon County who doesn't understand or speak back.
Okay. He here.
Oh wait, young is wrong.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I want to say thank you very much, Pamela. Thank you guys. A great show. It's 7:45 here, and that will be 11:45 in Liberia. We have to go because we have to be a lot about it.
Guys, man.
Pamela, thank you. Have a good night. So, Mommy, see you tomorrow, my man.
Okay.
Yes, Al Hussein, thank you very much. I know your Friday appointment is coming up, Al Hussein, and I wish you well. But you're here tomorrow, right?
I'm here tomorrow. I'm here always.
I wish we had.
Why you want me to go to answer those here?
When they represent saying the same thing of us. What you say?
I said, why you want me to leave for here? I said, yeah, now I check your bedroom. I will not leave for here. I said, do it myself. We'll go off together. Thank you. Said to you,
that's no trick. I said to myself, always love to have a side conversation. I love to beat him. Like today, I was disappointed. In Jangako. He's a flaw. He's not he shouldn't be the CDC chairman. He have no burning guts to be the chair for a big party. And I love the fact that if he is, Mo Ali is here, Stephen Johnson, the guys were tearing the park because he cannot even move the group. So I think he as an acting chairman is a mistake either way.
For Stanton, one thing that you forgot to add to that list is the Chinese hair factory that the former first lady was bringing. I don't
like to go back and beat on George.
No, it's not for beating. It's about
here's the issue. We move.
I'm moving.
The people agree. Yeah, it's okay. I'm talking about the people agreed to to bring in Joseph Barker to clean house. So for us to sit down now and every mistake we made, we say Joe, we'll make it too. I waste my time.
It's because
I waste my time. Every mistake we made, Joe, we'll make it too. So let's make the same mistake. Then we're not doing the people,
The people say actually, I will not live for here until we live together.
Fadiga, what you say? But everything I can be here, you are going to tomorrow. You are the bar.
Look, let's look at this plan. Look at Joe. We are with the COVID mask on.
The poor mask on. Look at her side.
Look at Kemia. Even the woman taller than him. Joe, we are worth taller than
him. His Excellency Ambassador Kemia, political party recently recommitted to the vision.
Where he going? He and his wife and his children. Where they going? They go anywhere. They have to stay with Joe. Yeah.
No, you saw. And he's one of the most committed people around here that I personally like. I've always believed that commitment and loyalty helps a person maintain sanity. And unfortunately, that's one of the few of those things we are not getting in this current government. Because people will always say, "Oh, you say you loyal to this person, you committed to this person."
You better go back to Fernando. institution will give you internet.
Yagazi, come on, man. I gotta go because you know.
I'll watch
Yeah,
you
the
go.
people always pay me money to
you're not
Nobody
leaving
pay me no money.
I said, this guy have.
I said, Joe is not going
He
to
have
stay
interrupted our program, Isaac. Our side
He did.
conversation.
We're going together.
He's a bad boy.
He's
a bad boy.
I hear you to know.
You want other energy, mama. They didn't want that in essence.
Energy mama is getting well gradually.
You spoke to her.
I spoke to Energy mama. She's trying. Let me call her again. I told Energy mama, you shouldn't have traveled to that place with the opposition. And, you know, and Energy mama went with opposition and it make her sick.
Opposition UPS?
No, the opposition, CDC. CDC. And it made her sick. Let's call her. Let's wish her well before we leave.
Press conference today.
Auntie Jemima, how you doing?
Trying.
Good. Auntie Jemima, we're on the show. Fadika, Minister Do, your best friend, Yekazi, and myself. We're just checking on you. Are you feeling much better now?
I'm trying. I was watching you, and as they say, you won't be the Auntie Jemima now.
Yeah.
I'm trying a little bit. God has spared my life for a reason, and I'm so grateful to God and to all those who really pray for me because I almost died in Barbados. So I'm very grateful for all the prayers.
Imagine, Auntie Jemima, you left from Liberia, you died at Barbados. The people don't know you there. You go look for your grandparents, your great-great-grand, and they won't kill you. Yeah, what you gonna do to Barbados?
I know. My ancestors, they wanted to keep me there. They say a mouth too sharp. We keep me on this side.
I think that's the opposition. That's the opposition. You gotta be careful hanging out with
the UP group that ain't get job yet, that kept fighting, they won't fight everybody. They say they won't take the people out.
And Mama, but wish you well. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing you coming to give us hard time again. I want to say, Jetty, say hi to you, Auntie Jemima.
Mama, I will stand for you against Fadiga. Fadiga keeps gathering behind you.
I don't hate him. I don't have anything against him. I'm just trying to,
we want you to come back. Just rest yourself.
I will soon be back. I will soon be back because I'm a very energetic person and I'm not somebody who can just lay around. So I will soon be back in Liberia and saying hi to Nigerian people around the world. And I want to say thank you for calling me.
Thank you very much, Auntie Jemima. Good night.
Good night.
Yes. All right. Asido, thank you very much. Fadika, thank you very much.
Did you read Mame opinion article?
Nah, we'll do it tomorrow, folks.
I'm about to share in there today.
Folks, as always, thank you for joining us.
Good night.
Good night.
That's an issue. I said don't leave the show just that he calling me. We'll be on 4-way or 5-way conference call.
Y'all go your 4-way correct call.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much, man. It's always good to see you. Have a good one, and we'll see you guys tomorrow by God's grace. Folks, thank you very much. We wish you all Godspeed. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Okay, folks, so that's it. Join the CEO and his team of panelists on tomorrow for another edition of the Spoon Talk. It's been a wonderful time. My name is Yekazi Zobel, bidding you a pleasant goodbye from Odious Congo Town in Liberia. Bye-bye.